Hello, it's Sunday. We're doing this again. How are we doing? Have I forgotten anything? I feel like I have. What have I forgotten? Is the audio okay? Let's start with that. How's everyone doing? There's a few of you here already, which is good. Who we got? Abigail, if you're still here, hello. And Nap, and skip to the end. And Jet, oi, hello. Lord Mattox Musings, good to see you. Morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. Will, that's Will Robinson. I was going to say that's a different photo. That's a different Will. How we doing, Will? Tetra, Adam Freeman. It's been a while since we've seen you. How we doing? MTH. Thank you. Audio's good. Right. I've not used this pen before. It's still one of those little plastic things on. PSN. Send them in now, and I will start the list while we've not got so many of you here. Hello to Spellin Boy and Tia. New names here, quite a few. Awesome new one. Jet I've not seen before. Spellin Boy and Tia I've not seen before. Yeah. So let's get a list to look at while nobody's here, and I can catch up with the chat easily enough. Yeah, I just noticed that Jedi Survivor is actually quite low on the games. Dead Island 2 is being played more than Survivor, which has got to be something to do with the problems with the game. And then Spider-Man is weirdly here. I think that's because it's leaving. But yeah, I thought that was quite interesting that Forbidden West and Dead Island, I suppose it's the DLC, everyone's playing for that. And then Dead Island's doing well, which is good. MZ, how we doing? Yeah, Nap is there. I will write yours down. And yeah, I'm new. Good to see you. Hello and welcome. Right. So that's easy right now. We've just got Nap. So spinning the wheel will just be the one. What is that? Hyphen, underscore, hyphen. It has indeed been a while. Hope everything's been going well. It has. Where have you been? Busy with work, I presume. Things changed. That's why you were able to join again. Spellin Boy, yes, I will put you down as well. And howdy. Eric, yeah, I hear Jedi is a mess. I don't know. Yeah, I've started it again earlier. Yeah. Right. And James Raymond, thank you for 10 months. Yeah, amazing. Andre, hello. And Zinky, hello as well. Just saw you use my picture. I did. Yeah, there was a new one. I was going to use it, of course, because not many people put them up anymore. We're at Funny Angle. We are at Funny Angle because I was testing. Like last week, who mentioned having two screens next to each other using a smaller screen. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to get rid of the TV and get a better monitor here and have them next to each other. I don't know, because I don't know if it's just the game. Going back, I suppose it's a bit of a segue. Going back to Star Wars, I was sat there earlier on the TV, which is a 4K. Not a great one. It's fine. It's a Samsung thing. Yeah, I was playing it. I was thinking, this looks kind of just fuzzy. I don't know if it's my vision is going again or what, but I looked over to this screen, which has the recording going on. It's live. I don't actually pause it because I like to see if it's actually still recording properly. And it looked better on this, which is not even a 4K monitor. It's just a 1080p thing. And it looked better on this. And I don't know whether it's because it's small. It probably has to do with it's small. Like videos on iPhones always look better, don't they? Because it's small. It's more compressed. Maybe it's because it can't be because I'm too close, because I've had that there for a good year or so now. So I think I'm going to change. But I don't know if it's to do with the game as well. Because I've seen people say that the game looks fantastic and they've got these pictures. Here am I playing Jedi Survivor and got the big open vista. Yeah, it looks fine when you stand still. But the second you move, it's like getting a painting and shaking it. Yeah, it doesn't look as good anymore. And there's got so many awful options as standard. I suppose turning those off has helped. It's got screen shake, which is just really violent. It's horrible anyway. Chromatic aberration, always turn that off. Motion blur and all that. And there's another one they have as well. And just turn it all off. It does look better, but I don't know. there's just something about it. With regards to it running, it runs fine. It's a bit jerky in places, but again, I don't know if it's just my eyes are going again, but looking at this, it's fine. And like I said, looking at this screen while I was recording, it looked better. I don't know. It's a weird one. And the fact it has collectibles, but it's not, doesn't need a proper guide like that has really annoyed me as well. So we're doing a platinum walkthrough for Jedi. So yeah, no, I'm not going to do a full one like I usually do because it doesn't need one. What I'm going to do, I've been thinking over the weekend, what can I do with games like this? Because it's ultimately games, a lot of them are going this way, where a Dark Souls-esque guide isn't really needed because they have. I think it's because accessibility and all that is becoming more and more prevalent, which is a good thing, is that they need to make things easier for players. So a Dark Souls-esque game, you're not going to see as much unless you get a Dark Souls game. You know, they're not going to make it inaccessible. There's always help with maps and where things are, and games are getting easier, which is fine. It's fine. But it kind of puts me out of business a bit. So with a game like this, especially with Sony games as well, you know, Spider-Man coming up and that, I'm going to revive an old, I don't really want to say a series, but I did try a couple of videos. I did one for Resident Evil 2, Metro I did, one Metro Exodus, and I think I did one for Pixel Junk Monsters as well. It's going to basically be, imagine a written trophy guide, but in video form. So you can go on this video and I will lay out everything at the start, if you don't want spoilers and things like that, and then from there go to sort of every individual trophy. So I have done this in the past, but I'm going to try and tweak it and get it looking as good as possible and as user-friendly as possible. It's a lot easier with timestamps as well now. So that's what I'm going to do with Star Wars. I'm going to do it that way because ultimately it's just going to come down to a few sort of kill trophies and things like that, and it can be done in post-game. So, I'm going to put it all in one place. So that's what I'm doing with that one. Because again, collectibles aren't really a thing, or collectible guide isn't going to really be a thing. Anyone else play Ghostwire Tokyo? I'm enjoying it. Very Dying Light. I have not. I saw that it was down here as well, wasn't it? It's at the bottom there. Yeah, because it's free at the moment as well. I did want to try it, but there's a lot going on. Roxy, hello, and hello to Smuzz. Everyone else say hello there, so I'll say General Kenobi. Ben, what? General Kenobi, what? I don't know what that means. If you hear a mind-numbing scream that reverbs around the world, it's just me going insane with Yakuza 0 disco battles. Yeah, another reason not to play Yakuza, I suppose. Jiggly Bits, hello. I got to catch up now after saying all that. It's been hectic in a good way. Developing and expanding is always cool. Not so much when you're the one having to do it. That's true. Had to say goodbye to my weekends. But are they back now? Is it calming down, or is it just you've got a little minute and you've managed to jump in? It's good though. It's always good. Yeah, developing and expanding. Nice. Arthritis isn't helping. I've not quite got to that point yet. I haven't had an arthritis problem yet, but I can imagine it's going to happen at some point. Survivor looks amazing at times, but at one point last night, the amount of frames I was getting was disgraceful. It was like a slideshow. Yeah, and that's another thing with a lot of games, actually, is you get the two options, don't you? You get performance or you get fidelity, whatever they want to call it. The different games have different names for it. Either it looks good or it runs well. And there's just not an option there, is there? It's always going to be run better, not look better, right? Because I always switch it, so it's not really an option. It's, can you put up with the really bad frame rate and it looks slightly better, which I just can't at this point. That's another thing as well. I must be blind because Jedi Survivor looks and plays really good. There is some screen tearing I've noticed, but other than that, it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, the screen tearing is a thing as well. It doesn't happen too often, but I think it is just, I don't know, maybe my eyes are going again. That is part of it. I don't know. I got to play more of it. I did restart it because I wanted to take this new approach. I wanted to take more. Zool, holy crap. Sorry. They've put Zool on PS4. Who remembers Zool? Oh my god. Right. Yeah, anyway, I've not really got that. I've got into the first planet and I've done a little bit there and then sort of started again. I've only done about 4 hours twice. But it's bad, yeah. If I get better score, the opponent suddenly gets a score jump too. Even a few tries where I didn't play and just watched him and his score seems to jump for no reason. Is it worth getting Jedi or wait for some patches? I would say patches because it's still broken with regards to trophies, right? They've not patched yet. Does anybody have the platinum yet? I'm guessing not. It's still broken, right? Unless there was a day one patch that fixed it, I didn't notice. Oh, yeah, some people have it now, so it must have day one patched. I've just not looked that up. Yeah, there was some stuff. See, I've not even really got any trophies here. I've done a few of the early ones. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it's fine. I don't know how much more what they can really do to it, because doesn't the old one, Fallen Order, still run pretty much the same as when it came out? Dr. Dre, hello. Got you on as I cook dinner, Ben. Might not be commenting, but I'm there. Hello, Adam. What we having? King Kong Games. Are you going to do in Dead Island? No, I kind of wish I had now. I didn't do the first one. Well, I played it a little bit, the first one, way back, and didn't really care for it. And it looks like this one's actually really good. So, yeah, with this new kind of approach I'm taking with guides on games like Dead Island and things would be, be able to do it in the future. Things like Spider-Man as well, because that's going to be open world and pretty easy with Sony again. Sam, hello. I like that idea. I guess it's the trophy guide that I just mentioned. Yeah, I did do it way back. I don't know why I stopped them, but it definitely seems like a good idea to do those again, because there's a lot of games I miss, and like I said, games are changing, so I need to change. Games should have DLC trophies where there's one for each difficulty, so there's something to work towards if you want to play on ultra hard, but you're not locked out of the plat. I don't mind difficulty being in the main one, to be honest. Although if there is an easy option like Star Wars, I will take it, because it just makes my life a lot easier and quicker. Yeah, really wanted to walk through Zinky. It doesn't need one. This is the problem. I could do a full platinum walkthrough, but it just doesn't need one. Because it's play the game basically and then clean up at the end, and it doesn't. Yeah, if the guides I do, the full ones, are usually, a linear game, like somewhat a Dark Souls, which isn't really that linear. Dead Space, things like that, where you can miss a lot, basically. I got the platinum the other week for Ghostwire. And how is it? David, how we're doing? Hello. Just got my plat for Sackboy today. Glad the game is done. Yeah, how do you find the trial? I said I was going to try it again this week, and I haven't had time, or just didn't. Yeah. I know I can do it as well. Equinox, how we doing? Wow, I'm well behind. Right, hang on. Let's catch up. Almost at the end of Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remastered. One word, play it if you can. Delightful, refreshing gaming at its peak. Sounds good. By the way, nearly done with Demon's Souls now, and like I said before, it's still one of the best looking games on PS5. Yeah, I said this to Andre before. He was asking about help with Demon's Souls, and I was going to install it again anyway this week, because I wanted to see how it holds up. Again, going back to Star Wars. Go from Star Wars, try that, and then go and try Demon's Souls again. I know it's not really fair because it's a console exclusive. And if obviously they have to make it for different consoles and PC and things, it never looks as good. But I still think it's the best looking game, which is a shame, because it's nearly 2.5 years since we had Demon's Souls, and there hasn't really been a game that looked or sounded as good, which is just kind of sad at this point. Zool from the Nth Dimension. That's the one. Platinum is not. People figured out how to get it. Okay. Yeah, so it's not been patched then. It's just actually worked around. Okay. I don't have much time for gaming because of work, so I don't have any plats, but I'd love to see you checking my list. I have some gold plats, I think. Okay, let me put you on the list. So anybody else? So that's Seto Khan. We'll get there in a moment. Hello, Trophy Fanatic. God, hang on. Something in my throat. I need a drink already. This is not going well. I started Survivor, but prefer the combat in Fallen Order. The combat's fine. It's not really weighty, and that's always... I like the fact that you're chopping people's arms off. Another funny thing as well is the arachnophobia option, which I'm heard you've probably heard of. At this point, people taking the mick out of it, which is kind of a bit weird. It's fine that there's an arachnophobe, because we've got... actually, where are you? You're here. You're an arachnophobe. So they've done an option just for you, Adam. Where are you? Adam Freeman. Just for you. I don't know if you know, there's an arachnophobia option on Jedi Survivor. It makes one of the enemies not look like so much a spider anymore, something like that. I think it's only one enemy as well. But that's turned off by default. But turned on by default is removing limbs, severing limbs. That's on. Apparently that's fine. We're not, that's as a society we're able to watch people's arms fall off and get chopped off more than the people who have arachnophobia. It just made me laugh in that respect. Yeah, that one's automatically on, but the spider thing, why don't they just not make the spider look so spidery? I don't know, if you're worried about people being freaked out. Anyway, Rampage has King Kong in it. Rampage? Which Rampage? The game, or the old Rampage? It must be odd. I only notice drop frames if they go way below 20. Stuttering is more immediately noticeable, though. Yeah, stuttering. I never was, because obviously Bloodborne is notoriously terrible frame rate. I was never that bad, but moving into this new generation now, I do notice frame rate dips a bit more. It just obviously frame rate drop, low frame rate. It makes things look fuzzy as well, and I think a lot of games have nailed it now. So it is noticeable now when it drops. I remember Zool from mainly the Game Master TV series in the 80s. Yeah, Zool was like a little ninja guy with... That is the Nth Dimension, isn't it? Because they got the N Dimension. Yeah, it's been so long. What's it been since I played Zool? 30 years? Something? Maybe, Jesus Christ, that's bad. Hello, Faisal, how we doing? Doing Jedi Survivor. It's a blast after Chapter 4. Okay, after Chapter 4. Right, so we've got to get there. Not sure what he can do, but I'm open to advice. What's that for? Managed to get a weekend off, so I'm going to go RE7. Nice, good choice. What are we up to? Playing Infamous. Nice. Hello to Gipoli and Arachnid. Got beef and red wine hot pot. Now, I do like that combination. Obviously, I don't eat beef anymore. Where the hell am I up to? Christ, I'm well behind. But I do like red wine in food. It's nice. And white wine as well. Don't eat it that often, though. Mainly because I don't cook things like that. Couldn't cook things like that. Statman, how we doing? After 3 hours of grinding a skill game, I got the diamond on Trials Rising. Nice, but it doesn't count for get a diamond trophy. Oh, you have to get the one normal track on the DLC. Oh, no. All that, and now you have to do it all again. Oh, dear. Will Brightmore, just got in from christening. You've only just been christened. How we doing? I thought you'd be watching the football. Is that not today? Sunday's usually football, isn't it? Sad to hear Jedi Survivor has very bad performance. Why it happens so often in these AAA games? I don't know. I don't know. And it was postponed as well. I don't know. It seems to be getting worse, doesn't it? Start Dark Souls today. Nearly Ornstein and Smo. Trophy Fanatic. That's pretty quick. Getting there already. Nice. I like that. So, yeah, you're doing them all, aren't you? That's going to be good. I didn't know there were spiders in the game, so I would have pooped in my pants and movement with a surprise like that. Yes. Moment, I'm guessing, yeah. Yeah, it's, I don't know. I haven't seen the spider yet. I think it's just one from the wording on the option. It just makes one enemy not look so spidery. So, yeah. Full order, I would struggle to kill them for a reason. Why? Right, I don't know what they were. I'm guessing they were the spider thing. Vigilant Crow, I think I said you hello. 4 Xbox 360 games, Condemned, Criminal Origins, horror game. Pure, I remember Pure did that. Operation Dragon Rising, that still work. And then Watchmen, The End is Nigh. Nice. I need to support the spiders. Yeah, Arachnid. Shadow Maxim's been a while. Reminds me of Void Terrarium 2. There was an in-game option to censor, off, blur, cutify a single enemy in the entire game. A rare one you might not even find, a giant cockroach. Okay. Mark White, how are we doing? Will you check accounts from last week? Yeah, throw PSNs forward. I'm going to set the wheel up in a minute and we'll spin it because I'm getting to the bottom here. Just got the plot for RE4. How do you like it, Mark? How was it in the end? Let me get this up. Codemasters has delisted pretty much all their games on the Xbox Store. Stupid EA buying them. Even Onrush is not in the store. Wow. Okay. So what else what's Codemasters done? I get that's just Xbox, right? No, does that happen on PlayStation as well? 4090 and a 4K monitor though. Jedi looks immaculate. Well, yeah, that'll help as well, won't it? See the trophy, even Ben is surprised. You are way too... Exactly. I don't consider myself a good cook either, to be honest, but I do HelloFresh and it makes everything so easy you'd be surprised. I know who they are, obviously. Our neighbour gets them and it's they just leave the boxes on the doorstep. I don't like that idea for a start. Obviously I'll be in to get them because I don't leave the house, but I don't know. How much is it? Is it something you can do every day? I just eat the same thing every day for simplicity's sake. It's sad like that. I don't like cooking. I don't mind it, but I'd rather not do it if there was a choice. Doing the trilogy, then Elden Ring for my 100th. Can't believe I still haven't played it properly. Oh yeah, Elden Ring, you still haven't done it. Huh. Yeah, that's going to be a good 100. That's going to be a good one. Right, Wheel of Names. I had to watch it on my phone, unfortunately, on the football. Cuba, thank you if you're here. Luke Reto, oh no, that's the wrong end of the pen. I've got pen on my thumb. Luke Reto. G-I, no, you haven't given it today. G-I-J-S-D. RE4 loved, but the original is still better. That's got to be really disappointing for them. Gone to all this time and expense to make Resident Evil 4 again, and you're not the first person I've seen that say the original is better. That's that's got to hurt a little bit. I'm glad to see that it still takes a while with these intros. It's like I never let it is. I mean, half an hour. Okay. It was a bit dull christening as well. One of them with the full-on undiluted religious stuff, and there was a load of screaming kids as well. That sounds horrendous. Yeah, mainly the screaming kids, but yeah, I don't know. I've never been christened. We didn't christen our son either. People just seem to do it, don't they? I don't know. It feels like they have to do it, but then they never do anything religious for the rest of their life. Why do that then? I don't understand. Not sure about PS Store since I don't have it. Okay, yeah, don't do so much. Silver Knight Spear just dropped. Not even grinding. That's good. Playing Spectrum Retreat, a simple puzzle game. I like some inspired by Portal, but not bad. Nice. I do like puzzle. Spectrum Retreat. I do like a puzzle game. I'm writing this down like I've got time to have to play it. It's been a while. Apologies for that. No, not at all. Just kind of burnt out on socializing online. I get that. There were a bunch of controversies happening all at once, and I just wanted out. I also understand that as well. Yeah, just turn off for a while. It's nice. Feeling pretty lucky, to be honest. To be fair, I remember grinding for ages last time. Yeah, you've got the others to do. Do I do Xbox? I do not, unfortunately. The lists, no. It was a bit of a one where, as well, Vicar was unfortunately rather condescending. That's not nice. That's like the opposite of what a vicar should be, isn't it? Ben, are you sure your door is locked? Ah, he remembered. You can send me a message at some point tomorrow when I'm not in. And then I'll have to come home again. Also about Fuel and other Codemasters. Yeah, I remember Fuel. I didn't do that one though because it's not as easy at the time. Yeah, MTH. I'm not seeing messages come through. That's the only one I've seen. Maybe because they're too long. When's my next guide and what will it be? Jedi Survivor, and it's going to be a new-ish type of one. I've done them in the past. A different type of guide because, again, I'm going to quickly not go through the whole thing, but because games are changing in how simple they are, really, and there's a lot of help in-game now with regards to collectibles and things like that. So I'm going to change it slightly, and it's basically going to be a video form of a written guide, and then we'll go through absolutely every single trophy in the order that I unlock them, so you can kind of follow it along, and yeah, just explain a bit on all-in-one trophy guide, basically. But it would just be the one video with other extra ones explaining longer trophies if needed. Yeah, and that's it. I'm not going to be doing a proper one for this because it's not needed. I have ended Medieval and Spider-Man today. Nice. 2 plats today. Nice. Pan. I'm just going to call you Pan. Yeah, Pan is easier there. Codemasters are now doing Dirt F1. They are doing Dirt. That's what they're doing. Dirt 5 you did. Yes, they did. It does allow access to some better schools if you can prove you're christen your child. Religious schools do have some better funding. That's okay. That'd be a reason, wouldn't it? But no. That's a bit again. Yeah, you have to get them. I'd rather not. Give him his full options. That's what it is when he's older. Gotham Knights does have DLC. It's here. I mean, condescending in the sense of congratulating us on getting the call and response aspect to the christening rites, saying we've gotten the hang of it. Oh wow, that's funny. He's even doing it to the people in the audience. Well, are they an audience congregation? What do you call people at christening? They're not a congregation, are they? Because that's the usual churchgoers. Is it an audience? I don't know. Slightly Magic was one of my favourite old... I don't remember that. YouTube doesn't like me. No, MTH Draken. There we go. Right. It doesn't like you, does it? Last week you had the problem as well, didn't you? Thank you for your Fallen Order guide. Help me get the PS5 plat and soon to be the PS4. Oh, you're doing both of them. I should have done the PS4 first. You wouldn't need to do the other one. I love Grid back in the day and before they made it. Toka Touring Car. I used to play that a lot of Toka Touring Car. Right, so let's get these names down. It's Nap, which has just changed to Knapsack for some reason. Spell, was it Seto? Seto, which is changed to Aero. Luke, which is changed to Lil. G.I.J., which is just left. And then MTH. Okay, no one else? Final call. Hostages. Hostages? Hostages. Hostages, that's what you call people at a christening. And co-op with one keyboard. And arrows and WASD. I don't think I had a problem last week. At least I don't remember. Who was it who had a problem last week then? Because of watching on another live stream. Maybe that's what it is. Mrs. B's cousin's Mrs. B's cousin's daughter is having one. And you going to that? That's a bit of a, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Who's my... Right, let me think of my cousin's daughter. No, my wife's cousin's daughter. There's no way I would go to that. I guess you must be closer as a family. Didn't grow up on Toka 1 and 2. Only ones with 2002. Yeah, I had the first one. I didn't play any after that. Right, no more names by the looks of it, so I'm going to spin this wheel and we're going to get going. I'm getting dragged along, kicking and screaming. GIJSD is who we are doing. Finally, you've been around for a while waiting. GIJSD _ Didn't we do yours? Or did... Oh, God, it's asking me this again. Need to refresh and type again. No, I'm not a robot. GIJSD _ update. No, I'm still not a robot. Alright, let's move that over there. I'm in the middle of Dying Light. Just the first one. Will Smith will slap you for saying that, Ben. Careful. For saying what? I don't remember what I say. 2 minutes. Oh, nice short one. I didn't realise it was so short. I'll let somebody jump in and finish that. Haven't we done yours? I guess it's just because we've seen your name every week. Saying what? Yeah, I don't know. I did complete Toka Racing Driver 1 about 15 years later on PS2. One of my proudest gaming achievements. The game was very difficult to beat. I don't remember. I didn't try it at the time. G.I. G.I. Jane. Wow. Okay. That was... how the hell was I supposed to get that? That was an obscure one. You did me 3 months ago or something. I got 20 new plats. Oh, right. No, then... Wait, hang on. That's you, isn't it? King Kong. Is that you, G.I.J.? If we've already done you, then we can't do you again because there's people waiting. Right. I'm spinning again. And this time it is Lil, which was Luke, wasn't it? Luke Reto, are you still here? Let's have a look, make sure everything's working, make sure he's still here. Decided to go back onto RE2 Remake. Just need to do S rank with Claire. No item box run and 4th Survivor. That's not too bad. I mean, yeah, each run is pretty quick. And it's still the best one, I think. Let's see. This is quite a short one as well. And we're in... Oh, we've got Poland. I know the flag. We've got to be able to do this one. I know the flag. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not doing reviews, as it were. Obscure is my middle name. In fact, it's not. It's George Robert. You got 2 middle names. Not many people do. My son does. George Robert, so it's Will George Robert Brightmore. That's a lot of first names. Will George Robert. Afu Ra, how we're doing? The controls were a bit slippery and it wasn't easy to control the cars. No, and then it starts raining as well. I mainly remember thrashing around on Renault Laguna, exactly the British Racing green Renault Laguna. That's what I had as well. You are good. You are still here. There are some people still waiting for a review. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, is Grid Legends difficult? I don't... Hang on, I'm just going to open a link in a new tab so I'll get the page up. Yeah, so Grid Legends, I actually, because it's PS Plus next week, I'm going to just bring that up because I don't think it is difficult, that is. So PS5, both of them, isn't it? Yeah, so it's a 17... There wasn't a guide, I remember that actually. But 17.85 is... quite good. There's probably a guide elsewhere that'll give you a number. But that seems you know, for a racing game, pretty safe, which is good. I do like a nice casual racing game, so I'll probably be doing this, starting this next week, and casually going through it, because nearly 20% is a lot for a racing game. Right. Oh, can you add my son? He's a big fan. Hello, what's he called? White, Master White. To the list, you mean? Yeah, I can add him, and we'll have a look. I'll cross that one. Cross that one. I'll add him for now. Recheck you're here. I presume that's what you mean. And then, yeah, we can have a look afterwards if his name comes up. What game should I play? I have one trophy left on RE8, RE3, and Doom Eternal. RE8. Say it out loud. Why? What am I saying out loud there? I'm reading it, but why? Poland and Indonesia flags always confuse me. Oh no, which one is it? It's Poland. It is. Is it the other way up? Literally. Fired, how we doing? And that's everybody. Yeah, 18% with the guide. Game with no guide seems pretty easy. There's probably one on PlayStation Trophies. If there's not one on here, there's usually on the other one, isn't there? Azarex, have I played Jedi Survivor? I have. I did about 4 hours, then I restarted for note-taking reasons. I just wanted to restart I have to sometimes. I get going in a game, and then like, no, I need to restart and rethink how I'm doing this. And I've restarted, so I've not got that far, to be honest. Lord William George Robert Brightmore, 12th Earl of Stockport. It does sound like that, doesn't it? It does. Is that what we're calling you now? Opinions on the new Saints Row is only one I haven't played in the series. I've heard it's not very good. So I can't say that. That's not official. But I've heard it's not very good at all. Plus, it's really cheap already, which is never a good sign. I also got the Platinum for Edith Finch this week. Good enough excuse to play that masterpiece one more time. I keep forgetting to redo that as well. Also, Poland Megastar. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is that what you... Right, okay. Wow. Did I already put the name in? No, I put the other name in, didn't I? Unfortunately, we can't do that one again. Poland, wow. Large Limpet, how we're doing? It's been a few weeks. I've resolved on becoming the next Earl of Pembroke. That sounds quite good. Upside down. Stockport, ew, I know, right? Monaco is also similar to Poland and Indonesia. I'll have to take your word on that. Hakum is my dad. Is he now, Omar? Is he really? Or are you just saying that? I'm guessing you're just saying that. Right, so we've got Luke Reto over in Poland, and the level is 279. Total is 1,833. 27 platinums. Country rank is 10,440. World rank is 468,636. And your completion is 49.94. So let's just call it 50, and down we go, and that is it, because it's a new one. Oh, favourite racing game. It's going to be something like Gran Turismo. I don't know, do I want to say 2 or 4? I don't know if I did much of 3. I was never that good at it, but at the time, maybe even the first one, when the first one came out, how different it was, the way you were able to buy cars and collect cars like that. I hadn't played anything like that. Probably something like that for what it meant at the time. But if you're going for just straight up racing, I don't know. Like easier, something like Burnout Paradise or Motorstorm Apocalypse was good. I even really liked Motorstorm, the little Micro Machines one. I know that doesn't really count either. Racing games ain't really my thing as well either. Let's go with that. Let's start with that first. Yeah, something along those lines. Queen of the Frozen North. Yeah, so you're Queen of the Frozen North. Will's a Lord of Stockport. Alex Ward, thank you. Been a while. Been deep in getting Dead Island and Riptide done on PS3, PS4. Have you done? Mr. Fanatic is my dad. Gran Turismo 2 or Tokyo Extreme Racer? I think I would probably go for 2. Yes, Gran Turismo 2, because it obviously built on what the first one had done, and yeah, it's the one I remember. But like I said, I was terrible. I just used to get a certain point in the game and then just restart it. My favourite flag is actually not one for a country, it's a flag for Alaska. It has a backdrop of a night sky, depicts the Big Dipper and Polaris, the former of which was used to determine north. Yes, because of the North Star. That's why it's on there, is it? I was terrible at Gran Turismo 4 when I played it first. The menus were so confusing back then. Is that the first one you played? Is that what you're saying? Diddy Kong Racing. As a racist, I'm offended. Is that what you would call yourself? Right, what's your favourite game then? Spelling. And also a dual meaning is the Big Dipper being an asterism in the constellation Ursa Major, with the course of bears being indigenous to Alaska too. Okay. Big Dipper, bears, sure. What am I reading there? Dual meaning is the Big Dipper meaning. As in Ursa being bear. Is that what we're saying? Nice, Uncharted 4 today. Nice. GT4 was your first. Yeah, the menus on Gran Turismo are very. That's why people didn't like it in the new one, because they're still like that, aren't they? RDR1, nice. I like flags a lot. You really do, don't you? Right. February 2020. So this is a COVID list. Witcher 3, 1%. Yeah, some people might not agree with that. Excuse me. Uncharted Drake's Fortune. That needs to go up. Paladin's Journey. Are you doing cleanup? You might. Maybe. I don't know. Inside joke. But my favourite game isn't exactly a racing game. It's GTA 5. Yeah, he was mentioned specifically racing games. But yeah, I don't need to say my favourite game. I think everybody knows at this point. I have too many favourite racing games. My favourite being open world games. Second favourite genre. Ursa is Latin for bear. I thought it was. Yes. Why do I know that? I don't know. I'm like the only person who could possibly get excited about stuff like this. Just want to shout out Burnout Paradise. I said that one. That's one of my favourite ones. Because that's just non-stop fun all the time. Greater Bear. Okay. Right. Did you watch the GeoGuessr stream? Yeah, have you ever seen that one, Will? I did a GeoGuessr stream. We should do that again. I like fast-paced action games. I honestly don't know what my favourite genre is. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think it might be card games. I don't know. Strategy, I think, but there's not any good well, there are some, but not like there are on PC strategy games on PlayStation. Right, you're going to do a clean-up for sure one day. I've really got some good stuff, obviously. Jesus, thank you, Jesus, or Jesus. Oh, there's a crash on the M67. I don't know why my computer's telling me that. It should know that I never leave the house. Is that a new thing that Windows has put? I've never noticed that before. Right. Journey. That's a good one. As is Uncharted 4. God of War. Nice. That's, I'm guessing, your first one, but may not be if you've done some DLC later on. That's a good shout. Drive Club is actually a good shout for Contender as well. That's up there. Definitely. I need to unplug this phone before I smash it. Right. Marvel Spider-Man. Nice. Far Cry 3. Shaq Fu. We do not see Shaq Fu. It cannot be finished. Wait. Why is it 0% but there's in time? I guess there's some DLC that breaks it. Yes. Yes. A lot. Wow. Take out 100 enemies by throwing barrels. And nobody's ever got that. Is that just the two owners? Maybe that's what it is. Only two people have ever bought the Barack Fu. That's not like Barack Obama, is it? Is that what we're doing here? What the hell is it? Hang on. Have ever bought the DLC for this, and they have not even really bothered with it. One guy's got like 4 trophies, and one guy's got 1, so that's why it's never got finished. It's that bad, is it? Where are we up to? Wow. Okay, hang on. What have we started here with the favourite thing? I'll turn around for 2 seconds. I also bought Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012, a Need for Speed game I never played. I heard it wasn't a great game, but it was made by Criterion. It's like Burnout Paradise 2. I like... Is that the one I managed to do? There's one I couldn't and one I could, and I never remember which is which. Strategy games, Red Alert, exactly. Greater is major, yet weirdly on Latin. Great is Magnus. Okay. Major, right, okay. RPGs, could have guessed that. RPGs. Hello, Josh. Abigail is going head to head with Will here on facts about things. Hence Pompey's Magnus was how they say Pompey the Great in Latin. There you go. Sounds like Ben needs to start Crusader Kings. Good strategy on PS5. Yes, let's go with that. Crusader Kings. I will have a look at that. I think my genre of games, it's not really a genre, it's just a type of game, is just straight game. If that makes just gameplay. Just give me really compelling gameplay. I don't need loads of cutscenes and stuff. If I want to watch cutscenes and stuff, I'll go and watch a film. If I want to read text and dialogue, I'll go and read a book. Just give me gameplay. That's what I'm playing games for. So something like Slay the Spire, that's why I was playing that a lot, because it's just straight gameplay, and I don't know. That's what I like. That's my genre, I guess. My favourite genre is point and click adventures. Monkey Island, nice. That is a bit left field. I like that. I like action adventure games when they're hard but balanced. Sometimes hard mode on games is ridiculous. Yeah, not fair hard modes are terrible. My favourite genre is not ep. Okay, I'm sure you've corrected. Lego. Not Lego. Not Lego. I think it might be. I owe you a dad joke. Totally forgot, so here we go. Imagine if you walk into a bar and there was a long line of people wanting to take a swing at you. That's the punchline. Oh my god. That's not terrible. That's actually quite a good one. I started playing Hearthstone again. I've tried Hearthstone. I did it for a while. I couldn't get into it. It's good. I know it was good, but I don't know if it was just too... I don't know. I think I was playing Magic a lot of the time then when I tried it. Maybe I should try it again. And I just played that instead. I know a lot of people in the Magic group I was in played Hearthstone. I just couldn't get into it. Still going then. My next plat will be Diablo 2. That's good. Nice. Curtis, thank you. Plat for Dark Souls Remastered. Thanks to you. Thank you, Curtis. Good to see you. If you're still here, he's probably left because I'm way behind. I was saddened this week to hear about the death of Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer. There's a lot of people dying recently, isn't there? I'd never really watched him. Can't really say he really affected me in any way. I don't know. Jerry Springer is kind of to blame for the other one, though, isn't he? What's his name? The English one, who's just an aggressive badger baiter. Jeremy something. He was a horrible person. Anyway, it may be a good idea to filter alphabetical order. We don't do it like that. We do it in date order so we can see it as a journey. Hannah Montana is a pretty brilliant strategy game, balancing on an ordinary teenage life and being a mega superstar. If that doesn't take strategy, I don't know what does. I wonder if it is a strategy type game. Yeah, I know you're probably just messing around. I wonder if that's what it is, though. What sort of game is it? I know I said I'm going to play it at some point, which is getting weirdly closer and closer by the day. Drive Club is my favourite. Drive Club might actually be up there. Actually, I did forget about that. Have you ever been the first owner of a Platinum? I have. By the way, I'd Pixel Junk Monsters 2. I have told loads of people the Arnold Schwarzenegger joke from your son, and everyone has chuckled. I like that. The Cameron Diaz. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it sounds better when you say it to people in person rather than try and do it over a stream. I'll let him know that, because that will make him happy. Lego Skywalker Saga on my list. So many collectibles that I don't want to get. They went way too far this time. Way too far. That must be saying something, because Lego games go far quite a lot. Drive Club, I would have loved to play. It's like a console version of a mobile game, but it got so much content. Console version of a mobile game? I would say Drive Club was like a manageable Gran Turismo almost, in a way. That makes sense to me. A game at 0%, not for being unobtainable, but just because nobody wants to do it. That's true, yeah. Shaq Fu, is it 0% because nobody... Maybe you can't do it, I don't know. But it does look like people just didn't want to. Hot Pursuit, I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one I can't do, isn't it? Or didn't do. Not that I can't. Probably couldn't, anyway. JRPGs and Meat Boy. Racing games are my favourite. Nice. Just... There's a certain limit with my racing games, and they're just going past that. I just can't do them. Maybe it's because a steering wheel would help, and a controller. I don't know. I'm guessing you probably have one. If you racing games are your favourite. Does Far Cry 3 Classic Edition have terrible controls, just like Blood Dragon? I don't know. I haven't played it. Like anything, if it's good, best point and clicks I've ever played have been Broken Sword. They are good. There are some slow games which I like to, like Red Dead 2. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing, isn't it? I do really like Red Dead. And obviously the Souls games, which are not... Well, Souls games are straight to the point, as it were. There's no really waiting around. There is a bit... Yeah, Jeremy Kyle, yeah, he was terrible, wasn't he? Haya Zumba is an incredible tower defense. Yeah, I hear that, Eric. I'll have to check that one out. For the most part, I just like almost anything, so I cover a wide array of genres and aesthetics, though I do have my preferences, of course, like everyone. I like collectibles. I don't believe you. You used to say that what I'm not a big into, then I am willing to try, which I think I already know as well. I used to play hundreds and hundreds of D2 back in the day. Would love the platinum, but 500 hours or so pre-TZ. I don't know what that is. What you're talking about? D2? Destiny 2? I'm guessing. Immersive Worlds are my go-to. Not very good for platinum hunting, though. I'm 300 hours into RDR2 and I still don't have the platinum. I do really like Red Dead for that reason. So, yeah, that kind of goes against my other comment. Hello to Kevin. What's the best handgun in RE4? Unfortunately, I cannot tell you that because I haven't done it. I actually don't have a wheel. Okay. I really would have thought you had, because usually when people have racing as their favourite genre, they get the wheel, or get a wheel. The wheel? Controller only. That's even more impressive. You're getting a lot of platinums off that as well. I could have done Ornstein and Smile by now, but I'm stubborn and want to kill the Titanite demon now. That's a Souls thing. When you get to an enemy, you just have to kill it. It's like the first enemy boss, mini boss in Elden Ring is there just because they knew people would have to try and kill it as soon as they got there, and it worked. People do that. How we doing, Swift? Good to see you. Been a couple of weeks. How we doing? If you don't like collectibles, Ghostwire's got thousands. I've heard that as well. If you don't like souls like that are hard and unfair, avoid Neo. My favourite genres are platformers and adventures games. Siberia, Still Life, and Grim Fandango are one of my favourites. Siberia, really? Shaq Fu DLC is only available with the physical version of the game, by the way. Weird move by the devs, it seems. That is really weird. So, only 2 people have bought the physical version and tried it. Is that what we're saying here? Okay. I've given up on some of the games because these multiplayer trophies, and I can't buy PS Plus to make. You can't buy it. Why not? I guess, is it a region thing? Bioshock with your great guide. Thank you, Netchin Son. I probably said that completely wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you. D2 Diablo 2 Terror Zones was asking Mark. That's why I yeah. That makes more sense. That one dude currently following your Demon Souls and doing all the White Worlds tendency, but I died once during human form. Will that affect me much? Which world was it in? Do you remember? It does affect. It can mess things up. I'm sorry to say, yes. I like all genres except sports and visual novels. Sports, I don't really know. Visual novels, there's been 1 or 2. Would you count the Zero Times as visual novels? Because that's quite good. Have you been reading anything lately? I have 2, 3, and 4. I'm still reading Anne Frank's diary, and it's actually aligned. The end of the book now is aligned perfectly with what date and day it is. It's exactly the same, and I'm reading it. I've been reading it like a year, 2 years, 18 months, whatever it is, because I read it on the day it actually happens, which is pretty good. I've got this. You might recognise this. I got that the other day, so I'm going to be starting that probably later. I'm still reading Robert Louis Stevenson's Jekyll and Hyde, plus other stories, and Lolita, which I read half of it up to the point. If you've read the book, you know there's a break, there's a part 2. And I've just started that again today. Apart from that, no. Right, what are we up to? Visual novels just made no sense to me personally. No, why? I also play on controller on racing games. Also play Assetto Corsa with a wheel, and that's it. Completed many racing games. I mean, that's more impressive, isn't it? If you don't like sports, a sports game is very hard to like. Exactly. My favourite is trophies. I think, yeah, that's my favourite genre as well. Yeah, if it's got trophies, good trophies, I'll play it. Or that used to be the reasoning anyway. Am I caught up here? No, I mean in the sense of games that solely consist of visual novels. What? Okay. Daniel McCracken, how have you been? That's been a long while. Good to see you. Just go in Discord. You will get much help with world tendency. Yeah, people can help you with that. But yeah, it does depend on which world as well, because it's all individual. It was the first world. You're just going to... so you need to collect some extra things. How far in are you? What video are you up to? Oh, you said you're on the tenancy stuff. That's like video 17 then. You're going to have to do an extra... oh God, it's been so long. I can't remember what you need to do to change the world tenancy now. Right, bear with me. I'll get to it in a minute. I need to carry on with this for a moment. Would count as visual novel, but it has more of the adventure game side. A lot of visual novels tend to be a mixture with other genres. Okay. In year 5, we have told we were going to be learning about one of the most important historically interesting diaries ever written, and had to guess what it was. I guessed Bridget Jones. I'm a huge fan of Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Could give you a lot of backstory to the inspirations for it. Not here, because it's going to be a lot for me to read it. But yeah, no, yeah, I do want to know that, because it is good. It's not like you expect. It's been, I don't know what, Hollywoodized, and it's completely not that at all when you read it. And it's really short. It's like 90 pages, which I wasn't expecting. Reading Playboy doesn't count, Ben. Wow, when was the last time anybody bought? Do they still do them? I guess they do. If you like a good grim dark fantasy novel, read the First Law trilogy by Joe Abercrombie. First Law trilogy. I will write that down. I've got a lot of books I need to go through. So yeah, I'll get to it eventually. I played. Oh my god, how far behind am I? Zero Time Dilemma and To Me It's More Puzzle. Yeah, it's quite good. It is good. Don't read The Brothers Karamazov. It takes forever, total grind to read. Really? I've heard that's one of his best ones as well. There are some pretty tough books behind me that I do want to do, because I just want to challenge myself to get through them. I actually have War and Peace, the 3-volume set thing. I do want to try and do it, and I will. I've got things like Don Quixote as well, which will take a while. Was that the new 52 Batman? It was, yes. Whatever it's called, Owls thing. Court of Owls, which was recommended to me by many people. Largely a man named Deacon William Brody, who led a double life as both a respectable city council and a burglar, which he did largely just for his own amusement. That sounds, yeah, because that's what the theme of the book is, isn't it? It's about selfishness in a way. You have to die 7 times while in soul's form to change the tendency. You do. No, that's change it fully, isn't it? That's change it all the way to black. 7 times in each world. I'm trying to think. So you'd have to summon in or get help. Oh, you'd have to kill an invader, wouldn't you, to get it back to white? I haven't got time to look at it now. Has anyone played the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and the Nez? I have not. I want to start Platinum RE2 with your guide, but I just don't know how to start my first playthrough. I did this new version. Well, it's not new. I've done it before. We've not really done anything. Right, hang on. I have done a video for Resident Evil 2, which is a full platinum guide. In the respect, it's just one video and tells you how to go about getting the platinum. Just search it on my channel, Resident Evil 2, and it should come up. And I should tell you which approach to take on that. And that's the sort of ones I'm going to be doing for other games in the future. Not yet. That's somebody else. Right, it's been somebody else. Am I caught up? Great psychological thesis, terrible novel. Okay. First Law trilogy is easily a 10 on 10 book series. The following 7 books are also amazing. Joe Abercrombie gets a ton of praise for them. They are worth bumping on your list. The following 7 books. So you got the First Law trilogy, and then you got the 7 books that he wrote after that. And also, what was my other question? What type of books are they? Do I like anime? No. I can watch certain things like Studio Ghibli. But apart from that, if we're talking books, then you can't. No. I say no. Wait, what? No audio? Oh, wait. That's you then. We still have audio, right? That's not me. Berserk, I like. I've actually properly read it now. Well, the first one. So, yes, that, but any others, I've never really tried it. I probably like Death Note, I reckon, but I haven't tried it yet. But if you're talking about animation, as in TV and stuff, film, then not really, no. It's a thriller based around cancel culture. I like the idea of that. Audio's fine. Okay. There's 2 books I want to author one day, and I guaranteed they'd fail miserably sales-wise. Why not? Just do it. Do you happen to remember if a giant blacksmith can upgrade weapons to 10+10, or do I have to wait until I can go back to Andre the Blacksmith, not Hull's house? The giant blacksmith... No, I think you need to go back to... No, you do need to go to Andre, don't you? Because that's how I do it in the guide. I stock up on the weapons there, and then we go over to the giant, right? I think that's what you have to do. Mervyn, how are we doing? We'll give it a look once we get to it. Yeah, Grim Fandango. Grim Dark Fantasy Ben, but with great humour. I like that. Hello, Blue-Eyed Scardian. Thanks again for that last week. McDougal, how are we doing? Still waiting on The Surge 2. A lot of people are. Even I am. Berserk is very good. It is. It is so... I've read, obviously, a few comic books, Batman, things like that. But the movement in Berserk is on just another level. Like how many panels it takes just to move and swing the sword is pretty impressive. Grimdark Fantasy, although a bit light on the fantasy part, but in a good way. They are very gritty, but also a good amount of humour. Character are super well written. I like that. To buy a guide to antiquated flags or a biography of the Italian Egyptologist Giovanni Battista Belzoni. Bit niche. I mean, just do it. If you like it, then hell, go for it. Monster, is that an anime one? Hell, I'd get the flag one. I'll buy a flag one because I need to read something like that, obviously. Anime. No, wait. Is it what's Monster? Is that an anime? Really hoping for Surge 2 as well. Your guide for the first one was fantastic. Well, thank you, Daniel. Yeah, it's still on the list. It's still not definitely. It's not crossed off the list. I will have a look at it again. Right. Okay. It looks like it's on my side. Okay, right. As long as it's not my side. Berserk was the first manga that I absolutely horrified me with its content. I love it. It really is pretty intense. That bit where they got the old man and his daughter. It was the daughter, wasn't it? Turn up in the caravan, and then just oh wow, okay, we're going that dark. In terms of how influential it is, but I honestly just do not care about that franchise. Same with others like JoJo, I suppose. Sure, JoJo, I tried the show and really didn't like that. Plus, at the end of Surge Guide, you promised a second one. Did I say the word promise? Jesus Christ, I didn't say that, did I? Oh, the cancel culture thing is your book. Oh, yeah. When's that happening? Okay. Jesus Christ. Sorry, you're right. Yeah, I'll read that. Smuzz. Wow, is it your victim? Wouldn't lie to us now, would you, Ben? No. I guess not. God, I'm being guilt-tripped now. No, I did want to try it and look back into it. The reason I kind of put it down, I didn't kind of put it, I did put it down, is because I didn't like it as much as the first. Honestly, people really like the second one more, and I just didn't like it. I don't know. Bleach is also not bad. I've heard of Bleach. I gave up recommending anime to Ben a long time ago. Yeah, you did. There was a lot on there, and I may have purchased some, but never watched them yet. Can someone tell me what is this a JoJo reference means? What? The eclipse in Berserk, watching it on TV was rough too. Why was it the eclipse? Is insane to see. I will be getting the show. It is on disc, so I will get it. I think it's on YouTube, isn't it? But I'd rather get it on disc. At some point, Berserk, that is. Right, on we go. Shaq was the last one we looked at. Last of Us Remastered. That took a long time to catch up. Last of Us Remastered. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. Nice. 100%, I was going to say 100%. It's always 100% on that one. Rocket League, 32%. I like that percentage. Last of Us Part 2, so no DLC. Ratchet and Clank, nice. Abzu, you didn't really like Abzu by the looks of it, but you did really like Subnautica. It looks like you might have done that legit as well. Yeah, Abzu was fine. Until Dawn is great, isn't it? The Witness, that's the one I always forget to play. That's a puzzle game I bet I like. The Witness, Enter the Gungeon, which is obviously quite difficult. Resident Evil Village. What are you missing there? That's right on the cusp there. S rank on all stages of Mercenaries. Yeah, that would be a thing that people might stop on. I hated Mercenaries when I first started it, and then thought it was amazing by the end, which I was really not expecting. Horizon Zero Dawn, no DLC, it's fine. These two can be deleted, which actually I'd do that, but yeah, delete that. Actually, if you carry on playing Minecraft, it will just turn up again, won't it? Lost Legacy, Minecraft, Apex Legends, Far Cry 6, which really didn't do so well, did it? Dying Light, Fishing Planet, yeah, delete that quickly before you get a trophy. Dying Light 2, which is, why you were playing Dying Light 1, because you were preparing for the second one. Far Cry New Dawn, Fall Guys, oh no, that's the old one as well. I remember my brother watching a weird manga called Demon Lord something, where the guy turns into a huge demon and has unrequited sex with his female prisoners. It made me feel a bit queasy. That's okay, never heard of that. Speaking of clips, just reminding me of that Star Wars game that's probably going to release by the time Ben's retired. Which one is that? The one that was which one's that one? The Eclipse is where Berserk goes from minor horror into intense horror. When does that happen? I want to know this because because they're expensive, aren't they? You know, to carry on reading them. I know he's died now, unfortunately, and I think somebody's carrying it on. But there's a lot of volumes. I've got the black special volumes, and they are like 30-40 quid each, and there's about 16 of them, something like that. When does that happen? When does it get too intense? Because I like that. Surge 2 is a bit past the prime time. I know this is another problem. It's likely a slog if you don't enjoy the game. I understand if you don't get around to it, but to actually use it if it gets done. Yeah, but then this is the thing: is I've just done the two Dead Space and Callisto Protocol, and they really struggled view-wise anyway. So they're brand new games. So, doing a Surge 2 one, would it really hurt that much? I don't know. I guess it would, in a way. Indeed, in the end of the last minute of the Surge 1, you say you keep moving on to the Surge 2. Oh no. I'm at the point where I'm waiting for when people stop treating Japanese animation as this weird separate thing. It's all just cartoons. There's definitely a style to it that I guess it's the subject as well. I don't really watch American, Western cartoons, whatever you want to call it, either. So, I don't know. I guess animation isn't my thing. Dark Souls 2 was my first guide I used from you, and it was awesome. Well, thank you, Mark. Yeah, Dark Souls 2. I'd do that again. They released the amazing cinematic trailer. Apparently, it's going to release in like 2028. I don't remember that. I think the Surge 2 and Neo would be good guides because there are no guides for both games online. I know, but there's also a reason for that. Neo doesn't really get any views. I remember when I streamed that. Whenever I was doing playing games, streaming on the Thursday, whenever I did Neo, just nobody watched it. So I guess that's a thing as well. Google says Volume 12, Episode 73. But that's using the original manga numbering. How many volumes? I think it's 3 in each, so that would be number 4, maybe 5 then of the deluxe ones, whatever they're called. Oh wow, that's 100 to 150 quid just to get to that point. I like the term. I like the term "that's so anime" is such utter nonsense to me that means nothing, but everyone uses it. Even big shot industrial influencers like Corridor. Guess I'm alone in that. I know what it means though. If somebody says that's so anime, I kind of know what that means. If you're talking about the motion in a show and it's really quick and quick cuts and things like that, I would say that that's an anime thing. No? Oats at least 1,000. What? Oats at least £1,000 for a good job. Roxy. Wait. Oh no, you're talking to that. Okay. If you can't do the search too, can you do My Name Is Mayo as it's brutal? Sure. Let's go with that. Okay, we'll go with that one. Did I ever recommend the graphic novel Midnight Nation to you? It's my favourite. You did not. I have a bunch. I think it was you mentioned things like Mouse and things like that. I'm not going crazy buying a load of. Did you say anime? Graphic novel. Because I've got enough to read as it is. I'm getting sort of one a month, and then the Batman is the one for this month. But yeah. I will look that one up. Midnight Nation. Star Wars Eclipse trailer. Surely you've seen. I probably have seen it, but if it was a long time ago and there's no Star Wars Eclipse, if it's not coming out, I don't understand why people drop trailers for games that aren't coming out for another 10 years. 4th of the deluxe. Yeah, volume 12. I think there's 3 in each in there. I guess I'm still not over all that controversy from 2 or so months ago. Still livid about it all. Controversy? Where am I up to? Antonio Vega? No. How do I get my trophy list? There we are. Yeah, when I finish this one, I'll spin the wheel again. If I ever finish it, then we get to the end of this again. So yeah, stick around. Neo, but their DLCs add so much grinding, which I just hate. Yeah, it's something you'd want a professional doing, certainly. Talk about someone else. Scale 1 to 10. What difficulty would you give The Evil Within? I haven't done them, unfortunately, so I can't say. Hopefully somebody else here has. Favourite novel ever is Magician by Raymond E. Feist. I've never even heard of that. Is Magician. Raymond E. Feist. We've managed to not talk about films yet, which is quite rare. Are you funding all this within your own means? Oh, it turns out Abigail. Fortunately, Midnight Nation is a self-contained story. I like that. Thank you, Jack Jeffrey. That's fun to say. Sure, you can ask biggest. Yeah, Neil was awesome and not that bad for the plot. Second is easier. I've heard that. Okay. I'm caught up, which is good. Detroit Become Human, which is good the first 1 or 2 times you play it, and then yeah, there's a lot of messing around in that one. Call of Duty World War II, we're not going to talk about that. Borderlands 3. I finished this last year. Was it last year? I guess it was at the end of last year, and I really liked it in the end. Did all the DLC, did everything, and it was just really fun. But then I was playing it with my son, so it's not so bad. Death Stranding, of course I like that as well. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Saying this is the thing. This is why I don't understand why I like Death Stranding, is because I really just like games that get on with it, and Death Stranding really just doesn't get on with it. So I don't know why I like that, and I can't figure it out. Question for Ben and everyone here. Hardest platinum you've ever earned? Killzone 2 still at this point. Yes, Killzone 2. Is there enough interest in Neo and Surge 2? Aren't they quite old? I tried Neo 2 for about 10 hours, didn't like it, so I dropped it. Yeah, that's the thing. Is the interest. They were quite small, niche-ish games at the time they came out. So even now, they never really picked up. There's certain series that do pick up. Obviously, the Souls games. Let's say Bloodborne was the time. Maybe Bloodborne was when they really started getting noticed by everybody. Yeah, it never really happened for Neo or The Surge, which is a shame. Can't really compare Western animation with Japanese stuff because it's generally viewed differently. The West only uses it for kids' content or quirky comedy shows. Japan uses it to cover all subjects. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, what animation do we have here that is just kind of, I hate the term to say it, but drama, just adult stuff without being some weird Family Guy show. Yeah, I can't think of any. I suppose Pixar would come closest, but that's still Pixar or the Iron Giant or something like that. But that's still kids stuff at heart, isn't it? It just works with adults at the same time, for adults. Definitely interested in Surge 2 on the stream. Just not sure how much outside of here there will be. That's the problem. Injustice 2, I thought you might say that. Tony Hawk's, that is definitely a tough one. I won't dispute what you said. I just don't agree with it based on my own experiences. I don't know. Subjects about Japanese stuff in general are always like this, and it's a shame. I guess it's not too much. Yeah, I mean, I watch a lot of films, Japanese and Eastern films, all sorts, Korean, Japanese, Chinese, and their films are, I don't know, they don't have that quirky edge. They do sometimes. It's just, I don't know what it is about the animation. There's definitely something about the animation that is different to ours and to anything else, really, because their films aren't like that. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. Would you do any guides for Persona 3, PS3 games now? No. Evil Within, I did want to do at some point, and catchphrase is the peak of animation. Mr. Chips. It was Mr. Chips, wasn't it? Yeah. Evil Within at this point, I don't think so, unless they were to do a third, which is not going to happen, is it? I don't know my hardest part, to be fair, but for mental health position, I'd say Valhalla. Yeah, I'll say. Do you think developers aren't making hard platinums anymore? And if that's the case, why do you think it is? I would say larger studios, not so much, but it's definitely still there in the indie stuff. So that, yeah, that. Yeah, the bigger stuff is they're catering to everybody, aren't they? Trying to make things accessible, which is good. It's a good thing. But yeah, if you want difficult stuff now, you've got to go to indie, really, which is fine. The closest thing I can think of Western anime would be stuff like Arcane. Yeah, I tried that. I did one. Bloodborne is my favourite all time. That is the correct answer. Okay. So, Forbidden West you've done, and they have the DLC for that now, don't they? Assassin's Creed Valhalla as well. Nice. Yeah, 100 hours is being generous there. The Quarry. I don't know if I will at this point. My name is Mayo too. So, you've not done the first one. We didn't see the first one, did we? Huh. You can do the first one and then the third one as well. Res Infinite, Outlast, and Overwatch 2. Dark Souls Remastered and Dark Souls 2. You need to do those. The Sims 4. You can just delete that, can't you, at this point? Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a great platinum. 100% not so much. Hardest plat for me would be the XCOM's game. I should play them, because I know that's my type of game. Surely. Right? But I haven't. My only guess is that a lot of anime you've seen are shows, a target demographic of young boys. So, over the top fights and screaming DBZ and Naruto. Yeah, so no, I haven't really watched that, but I know what you mean by that. And yeah, that's the stuff we kind of associate with anime, I suppose. I've seen stuff like Akira, Studio Ghibli. I've seen a few of those. I know of films like Your Name and things like that. Is it Your Name? I think it's called that, something like that. Which is the slower stuff as well, which still has that. Not the movement. It's still weird to explain. It's a hard one. But yeah, it's very. I know it's just saying that there's the broad term which everybody uses, but there's a lot more that goes on with Japanese animation, or Eastern animation. Yes, I get that. Absolutely. Very different from something like Berserk, which is meant for different older demographic. There is anime without the quirky edge you mentioned. I recommend some of, but you didn't watch them. I know the type of anime you don't like and suggest stuff I thought you'd be more your taste. Yeah, it's like Satoshi Kon, which I'd shown. Kon. I have it, I just haven't watched it yet. I'm going through a bit of a, not crisis, I don't want to call it a crisis, with with all the Blu-rays and stuff, because there's just so many I've not watched at this point. Getting rid of quite a few and trying to narrow down my top 100 films of all time, and that is extremely difficult to do. And I've been watching a lot of stuff, and they're buried in the pile somewhere, so that's why I've not watched them, but I do want to watch them very soon, and I will. Hello, Gordo. It's been a while and you've changed your picture, which is confusing. Can you recommend any film in the folk horror genre? The Witch, Hagazusa, November, and Hereditary. Oh, folk horror. I haven't seen it, but I know. What's it called? There's one on Netflix. He keeps mentioning it. It's where the guys go off into the woods and things happen, and I can't remember the name of it. Folk horror. See, I would have said The Witch. I guess thingy's folk horror, absolutely. Midsummer, if you've probably seen that as well. I guess the original Wicker Man is a good one. I'm gonna have to. I'll go through them. I'll just randomly shout them out over the next hour and a half. Been holding off on DS2 on PS3. They make it very difficult to save Scum. Only one download. I know, one download every 24. I couldn't go back to that. The Snowman was always one of my favourites as a kid. Yes. I don't know if I'd ever watch it. It's one of those ones I'd rather just remember. I don't really want to watch it again. I'll just remember that one. I need a PS5 version of Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3. Just want to play. Yeah, exactly. I'd just do those again. I'll have that. Bloodborne film would be amazing. There is kind of one where they have the similar costume. I can't remember. It's a French film. I forget the title of it. But it's not really, the horror element or anything like that. And no, not that dreadful thriller, Michael Fassbender in 2017. The Snowman. Oh, yeah, The Snowman. Yeah, I never watched that because I heard it was terrible. Problem with Bloodborne film would be knowing Hollywood, they would try to give Hunter a backstory. Yeah, it needs to be anonymous, doesn't it? And sort of masked and... Yeah. Departed, The Matrix, V for Vendetta, any Bruce Lee. Going for the top 100. Reckon you'd ever do a video of top 100 films of all time and narrow it down? I'd love to watch something like that in the future. Yeah, I was just going to kind of I was thinking of just doing like a clip thing. I wouldn't explain everything because doing 100 would be too difficult. But I would like to I was just thinking of doing it for myself. Just to practice editing a bit and something like that. That's why I was going to do it. But yeah, it's quite difficult to narrow 100 down. Because you look at films and you think, do I actually really think that's one of the best films ever made? Let's say something like Ex Machina, which is a brilliant film, and it's in my to watch again because is it that good? Shutter Island, The Untouchables, Truman Show, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. There's The Witch and the Wicker Man next to each other. Snowpiercer, which I do think is amazing and could be. Any of his could be. I watched Mother from him the other day as well. That's probably one of my favourite from him now, along with Parasite. Bong Joon-ho, that is. Do you remember the game Loadouts on PS4? I do remember it. I never did it, though. Let me catch the live. Time change doesn't allow me to catch that. Oh, no. That's not good. Hollywood. Yes, that's true. Mandy. I saw Mandy the other day. That's an odd one, isn't it? That is an intense one. I feel like I've watched a lot of folk horror, but I just can't remember the names. Is that as well? The Uncharted horror. The Uncharted movie, yes. French film with the costume from Bloodborne. It's starring Marc Decaux. Yeah, his name. Yeah, I forget the name of it. Gran Turismo movie has been getting good reviews. It's the true story of a gamer who became a professional race driver. Is that a true thing? Is it the... I remember the kid doing that. It must be the same one. I don't know his name. Is that? I didn't know that was out. Brotherhood of the Wolf. That's the one. That's the one. Shutter Island is great, but is it one of the best? I don't know. Blood Diamond is there as well. Donnie Darko, Enemy, which is pretty good. The Handmaiden, Beautiful Mind, Cape Fear, Bullet, Birdman, Being John Malkovich, Black Swan, Scarface. I don't even put Scarface that high, to be honest. True horror, anything with Kristen Stewart on it. Kristen Stewart. She's actually really good. I've got a film by her which is actually really good. It's called Personal Shopper. It's actually quite good. It's actually pretty good. He's definitely better though. Of the two from the Dracula, not Dracula, the vampire films. I can't remember what they're called. I like Parasite a lot and Tokyo Ghoul, Death Note, my top 3 other than DBC. Okay. Brother of the Wolf is great, and I don't like French movies normally. Why don't you like French films? Nightcrawler and Parasite are probably the most modern films that would make it in my old top rate. Yeah, Face Off. They are some that I've kind of locked in at this point. Along with Top Gun Maverick. I got to put it in there. Perfect Blue's better than Black Swan. I know it's one of the ones I bought on your recommendation. I just haven't watched it yet. Face Off. God, there's a throwback. I know, right? Right, so moving on. Destroy All Humans. Clone Carnage. 0%. You can get rid of that. Oh, Witcher 3 started again. You got the other version by accident, I'm guessing, and did that. Dishonored 2. Can get rid there's My Name is Mayo. You did it later on. Evil Within is... That can go as well. Goat Simulator. Got the DLC to do. I'm sure... Yeah, you don't need to do that, do you? Resident Evil 2, you do need to finish, though. Outlast 2, which I've heard is very difficult. Suicide Guy, I've done one of those. I don't know if it was this one. It's really quite bad. Excuse me. Snake Eyes, wow, I've not thought about that film for a long time. Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 2. Human Fall Flat. There's loads more DLC for this thing again now, isn't there? Steep. Resident Evil 3, that's a surprise. I guess it's just another extra run or two. Raising Arizona, absolutely. Brother of the Wolf actually just got a 4K master. Will be releasing soon. Nice. I will, yes. Is Snake Eyes the one from G.I. Joe? No. Snake Eyes is about... What is it about? I know I've seen it several times. I'm trying to think. It's boxing ring, and then there's some gambling involved, and it's Nicolas Cage and Lieutenant Dan, Gary Sinise. I don't actually know what it's about. I can't remember. Face Off is one of those films like Total Recall I used to always watch when I was about 13. I felt like I shouldn't be watching. Yeah. Face Off, not so bad. Total Recall, though, that's pretty intense. So apparently a mortician friend of mine did a pickup for a building right next to where I live. You have a mortician friend. I think you might be the only person I've ever spoke to who's ever said that sentence. A mortician friend of mine. Wow. The Rock, aka Sean Connery's last Bond movie, is amazing. It's it's not subjectively not a great film, but it's amazing. A rigged boxing match in a cover-up. That's the one. Have you ever seen the Nick Cage film Vengeance? No. Not the best, but Don Johnson's good in it. No, I haven't watched any of the really poor Cage stuff that he's been doing the last few years. Here Comes the Pain. I don't remember Snake Eyes. I remember having it on VHS, but that's about it. Right, God of War Ragnarok, Ghost of Tsushima, Alien Isolation. That needs to be done, that's good. So your first platinum was God of War. Right, okay. First trophy, Untouched. Now that's a good one. So until that trophy came along, your trophy list was untouched. I like that. And don't forget Velocipasta. Oh, my dad's got a mate called Neil, who's like the main Undertaker in Reddish. Not the Undertaker. That'd be pretty funny though. And in this town, I am the king. Sam knows. I don't know that. What? Rockstar and Dwayne Johnson. I hope they don't. I just hope they don't. Oh, God. When will Dwayne Johnson make a good film? I don't think he will. He's going to fizzle out and disappear. Anyway, God of War 3 Remastered. Yeah, that he's doing. God of Days Gone. Nice, done that. Elden Ring. I like to see that. Resident Evil 7, Dark Souls 3, both need doing, definitely. Cyberpunk 2077, whatever it's called. Yeah, you can leave that. Lego Marvel Superhero. Yeah. That's a fun one to do, isn't it? 20 Plant Human Fall Flat. Bloodborne, nice. You need to do the DLC for that one, though, if you get a chance. What the hell is going on here? Hey, Daniel, you still here? Thank you for that. Thank you. You still here? An all-British remake of The Rock with Ray Winston and Danny Dyer. Oh, my God. Jedi Fallen Order. There is Zepho Club. Far Cry Primal. Nice. Does take a lot to get through. There's a bit of grinding in that one, right? Marvel Superheroes 2. Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3. I'm guessing you're still doing those. What date was that? 27th of April, 3 days ago. Callisto Protocol, nice. That's got a horrendous amount of DLC now, which I just don't like. Crash Bandicoot, which you're still doing, and Infamous Second Son, which you're also still doing. Nice. That was an extremely short list, but it took me forever to get through it. But yeah, nice. Healthy list again, with some good stuff you've got to clean up as well. Some really good ones to do. So yeah, you can get that quite high percentage quite easily actually. But yeah, nice. Completed games only 15 yet 27. That's the 100% there. Nice. Right, can we do another one? Hour and 20. So what we're looking at, a couple hundred games max. So yeah. Whoever's still here, PSN, send it in, and I will give them a look. I'm just going to read the note that you've put on that, Daniel. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Look forward to any more. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider. That was a good one. Yeah, I could do another Tomb Raider. Yes. It was actually Ben's Playboy order. What was? The Scorpion King I liked. Oh, no, the CGI one? Not the Mummy. Which one's Scorpion King then? Is your movie still a thing, or did it die of natural causes? It's not dead, but it's kind of inactive, let's call it like. It's like a volcano. It's not... Nothing's happened for many months at this point, but it's not dead. It's still there. Yeah, the problem with it is getting flagged as well for things, copyright stuff, which was a bit annoying. It's really hard to remove it when you've got films going on. And I didn't know which direction to take it in. that wouldn't really inflict, get in the way of this one. I'm not done with it, but I don't know where I'm going with it. So I don't know at this point. The Shining, I get scared easily, but is a really good horror movie. The Shining's good, yes. I do like The Shining, but yeah. Crashed recently, nice. Nap is still here. Okay, so we'll star next to you. Is Playboy still going? Didn't they stop having full new models years ago? Do they not do that anymore? That's what. Okay, because they somehow had the wrong number of bloody canopic jars in it, 5 instead of 4. I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know what that is. The Charlatan Nun. Okie doke. Hello to James Nunn. The Charlatan. Yeah, Charlatan Nun, 2 ends. Dormant. That's the one. That's the word. Yeah, the Sam shortlist. Just a quick one. We have done yours, haven't we? Darkman with Liam Neeson. I do remember it. I don't even imagine how they could ruin Playboy. Some kind of Twitter edition. That would do it. I'm still here as well if you need stars. Wait, what? Stars? A list, you mean? Stars? It's what they stored the brain and such in. Oh, of course. Right, yeah, of course. Right, so is that it? We've just got... I've got Nap and I've got MTH. Anybody else? I'm Phil Buffmate, who I introduced to films for... my film buff mate, who I introduced to films for, asked me when the next video is coming out the other day. I just told him to stay tuned. Yeah. I think the reason I've kind of stopped it as well for now, press pause, is I want to watch a lot more films first. I've seen a lot, but there are a lot of things I've not seen that I should have seen, and then I think just get a more rounded knowledge, and then from there I'll be able to figure out what the hell I want to do with it. But like I was saying, the 100 best films, kind of just a real thing, REEL thing. Just do some quick videos and kind of work on editing, and just eventually it'll be done, that kind of thing. We have IG and TikTok is useless nowadays. Is there porn on TikTok? I didn't know that was a thing. I've never been on it. Or Instagram. Are they? I didn't know that it was like that. I thought it was censored. I guess not. Scorpion King is a separate movie. The Green Mile actor John Coffey is in it as well. Michael Clark Duncan. Yeah, the Scorpion King, the one with the really bad CGI. No, it's a different one. It is a different one, isn't it? He is the Scorpion King in one of the mummies. One of them. And then it's separate, isn't it? And then we've got Zinky as well. Okay, so AQZ _ Z1 NKY07. You're on the list, Spellin. You're still here. Yes, I put an asterisk next to you then. Christopher Walken is one of the best music videos, Weapons of Choice by Fat Slip. Yeah, when he does the dancing. It's not all him, though, is it? They put his head on a dancer, right? Nap is here. Spell is here. Aero is not here anymore. Those two need to come off. I need to put none on, which is changed to num for some reason, even though none's a word. And then AQZ, which is changed to X. Is Roxy going? I will see you soon, Roxy. Why are you going? There we are. I have to leave. I'm having intermittent problems. See you Discord next week. Okay, I'll see you next week. Sorry to hear that. It's annoying. I hate internet problems. There are worse problems, but internet problems are definitely one of the more annoying ones. What's a film everyone would expect you to have seen that you haven't? That's a good question. I'm looking at the ones here that I should have seen, that I have and I haven't seen yet. I don't know. I'm trying to think of one that isn't too. Struggling here. There's a lot of films, but they're all just kind of not exactly mainstream that everyone will know. I guess maybe. Oh no, nobody's know that. I don't know. Got me struggling here. I don't know. No. One of the Akira Kurosawa's that isn't Seven Samurai. Let's just do that. Yes, that. Like Ran or something like that. I would say Mind Jam okay, but would have to start from the last page. Too many junk plats. Okay. We could sort that. Quite a long one then. It's just funny, Ben, because he's a big Kubrick fan and loved the first two vids, and you massively blue-balled him. Made me laugh myself. Blue-balled it. Oh, right. So he's been waiting for that. It's actually written and recorded. It is done. I recorded it, voiceover. And I started to edit it. And then it just stopped. I don't know why. I wanted to carry them on as well. I still have everything, all the research stuff for them. Yeah, it is recorded. It's done. It's just I haven't been edited, and I don't know if I will at this point for that one. I feel bad now. Lord Vessel, nice. The Mummy 2 is the one with that bad CGI. But I have to leave. Sorry, Andre. I've probably missed you already. I'll see you soon. I'm still here. Just don't chat much. Excuse me. That's no problem at all. Never seen any Godfathers or The Room. Damn, I've missed some classics. That's true. You do need to watch the Godfathers 1 and 2. You can skip 3. You can still watch it, but 1 is the best. 2 is just as good. I have to have the first one as being the best. Carefully, I've been killing lots of lurkers in games recently. Okay. Yesterday, I decided to start Firefly, really enjoying it and getting some Mandalorian vibes. I've heard that's a good show. It's only a couple of seasons, right? Daniel, thank you again. I will see you soon. Everyone's leaving. Right, let's get these names on so we can spin the wheel. I did already. Right, nobody else is here. So, yeah, Daniel, thank you. I'll see you next time. A little remembered films, great. Ronin, Robert De Niro, Sean Bean, the old guy. Jean Reno, yes, that's a great film. It has a really good movie chase in it, car chase even. Can't remember his name. Was in Pirates of the Caribbean and was a Bond villain. Oh, him. He's in the news one, isn't he? The Bond. Oh, I can't remember his name. To be fair, I rarely watch any of the films which win Best Picture in the Oscars. I think the last one I watched was Argo, The King's Speech. King's Speech is terrible. Argo's good. There are good ones that win. Didn't Nomadland win. That was good. Yeah. Fireflies Banging Marina Baccarin was in that. I don't know her name. Right, so Knapsack. How long is your list? Nap, are you still here? I don't know why I changed your name to Knapsack, but there you go. Fireflies Banging. Yes, I've read that already. Yeah, and then we've got Serenity, the film, which I've heard is also good. Clockwork Orange is a good film, quite difficult to watch at times. Dead Man's Shoes is another one. Dead Man's Shoes is really good. Really good. I'd put that in one of the best films ever made, for sure. There's a quote from that I'm not going to say on here, but I love it. Clockwork Orange as well is one of the Kubrick ones. I do like it, I really like it, but it is one of those ones you just don't watch regularly. It's not like The Shining or, I don't know, are there many Kubrick ones you would put on heavy rotation? I guess not. Jonathan Pryce, I think that's the guy, that's the name, isn't it? About 190. Okay, let's try that. So it's no, it's not underscore, it's hyphen underscore hyphen. She was in Stargate 1. Oh, it's doing this again. We already had it today. You can't do it again. No. All the way around again. Go. Yes, I'm not a robot. Hello, me droogs. Yes, I have the book, which I do need to read, which I've heard is quite difficult to read because you got to get through the lingo. I couldn't stand Leon. The sexualization of Natalie Portman was very off-putting. Never liked A Clockwork Orange either. Clockwork Orange I watched last year. I'm watching it again. I did actually get a lot more from it. And Leon, sexualization of Natalie Portman. Is it just because she's younger? Obviously, that's not a good thing. That's a weird thing to say. But that's kind of the thing with it, isn't it? It's not a good thing, obviously, but it's not comfortable to watch in the same way it's not in something like Lolita by Kubrick as well. It's addressing something that kind of needs to be addressed in a way. Where was I up to? I also really love the Joker that stayed with me for a few days. The Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix, that's his name. Yeah. Did you know their original surname was Bottom? So it's Joaquin Bottom and River Bottom. Anyway, I saw the Mario movie at the cinema last weekend. Whole family loved it. Beautiful animation and simple, entertaining fun for all ages. Jack Black was great as Bowser. And I've heard it's gone over 1 billion already, which is crazy. I will watch it, though, just for nostalgia's sake. I used to watch Full Metal Jacket a lot. I would recite the Sunrise Sergeant part verbatim for many years. That's, like an almost perfect first half. And then the second half is just not as good, I'm afraid. I also saw John Wick 4 on cinema last weekend. Anyone else thinking it could be a really strong 1.5 hour movie? I was good, but man, 3 hours of people getting beaten up is too much. I thought that about the third one. So if the fourth one's like that, like a lot of the third one, I was alright, okay, I'm bored now. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, just move it on. And then there was a really clunky fight scene with the two guys from the raid, or the one guy from the raid. That fight just felt really weird, as if they weren't. It just felt bad. Honestly, it was not good. If anyone likes Muse, their song Psycho, the audio excerpt from Gunnery Sergeant Hartman is in that. I did not know that. I can see why they changed the name. Exactly. Yeah, it's the age thing. It just feels a little taboo to me. Yeah, but some films, address things that aren't comfortable, and it needs to be done for artistic reasons or whatever, and that's one of them. The Joker's kind of awful. The Joker is not something I will watch again in a hurry. I don't know. Maybe it is. I do need to watch it again. It was good. Again, it's just one of those ones. I remember the ending. I don't really remember much leading up to it. I completely forgot about the bit in the flat where the guy gets... Yeah. I don't know. I think I know the quote you mean. It's a great one. I made its way onto track 4, life for me. I can't find it. What's that for? Natalie Portman has a crush on Leon. That's all. He doesn't respond to it and doesn't see it as sexualized, but to be honest, normal for teenagers to have crushes on adults. Yeah, that's the good way to put it. Well, that is what happens. Again, the same with Lolita. I know it goes both ways in Lolita, but it does. I remember being at in high school. Nobody liked me. All the girls liked the older ones. You know, they were talking about who the older guys they were going out with. And if you were to think back on that, they were going out with, they were 14, 15, 16, whatever, going out with guys who were 18, 19. It's, yeah, it happens, or I hope it happened at your I didn't know them, the people who were doing it, but it's just how it is. I guess it's still like that. It just doesn't get spoken about. That, yeah, younger girls go for older guys. It's how it is, isn't it? That was a great adaptation. It kept the spirit of the book, but modernized it. What's that about? Don't watch Joker, Ben. Just watch King Comedy and Taxi Driver. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I have watched Joker, and yes, I would rather just watch King of Comedy and Taxi Driver, which are in the 100 as well. Falling Down, excellent. One of my wife's favourite films. Falling Down is amazing. Absolutely. Right, okay. We got a few to get through here. If you could just hide a few more, you've got 76 hidden. That would speed this process up. Nap. Okay, and I go. I bet some of them secretly did like you, Ben. Just trendy to have an older bloke. Yeah, no, that wasn't the case. Level 369, totals 3,567, 72 platinums, country rank is 16,174, world rank is 127,570, completion 46.84. That was the Born Identity. What was? Oh, the book. The Robert Ludlum. Because they have money and or charisma. Money usually. The older, yeah. I don't know if it's charisma. Money, yes. Right. On we go. Where are we? 2021. This is really quite a new list, actually. Played a lot recently. July 2021. Astro's Playroom is an amazing one to start with on the PS5. And then you've gone and tried Uncharted 2, the PS4 version, 1%. Sims, which looks like you've used that save file. At least everyone fancies you nowadays. Not at all. The film was a great adaptation, but modernized. Yes, I haven't actually read the book. This probably should be one I do. So I guess Ben's love tips is out the window now. Not, yeah. I mean, would you? Yeah, I guess so. Necopara Volume 1, 2, and 3. I don't know what that is. It's one of the easier ones by the looks of it. And then Space 2, A Winter's Dream, Slide, My Name is Mayo. And these are all, it looks like you've just got a PS5 here, because you played Astro's Playroom, and then you have done these. Okay. Slide, though. I couldn't do Slide. The others I've done, yeah, and then you've moved on. Okay, got it out of your system. That's okay. There was some lad in my year at high school whose dad was 22 years older than his mum. That's a lot. It does happen though, doesn't it? There's people around here where a massive age differences, 20, 30 years. Yeah, I'm not going to say names or anything. Benji the hot older trophy gentle. I'll take that. Why not? Hot. Never. I don't think I've ever had that word used. No. Michael Douglas is great in quite a lot of films. The Game. That's a good Michael Douglas film. And David Fincher film. Operation Tango. You've done quite quickly as well. Road Bustle. Never tried that one. A Way Out is excellent though. Devil May Cry. Nice. Now we're getting into it. Subnautica. You've done 8 minutes quicker the second time around. Don't let Mayara see that if she's still here. She really likes that game. I mean, my parents differ 10 years, but 22. 22 is a lot, isn't it? it's two. What they say a generation is 10-ish years. 2 generations. What do they talk about? How much? Oh wait, hang on. I think that's the age difference between me and my mum. That's a lot. Yeah. Okay. Right, yeah, to be fair, they all had odd names as well. He was called Solomon and his brother was called Jeremy. Guessing the dad picked those. Solomon, that's very biblical. Okay. Right, baseball, breakthrough. Undertale. Nice, did that one quite quickly as well. Have you just started this list? This seems to be straight on running with the trophies already. Little Nightmares 2, great game. Control, excellent. Uncharted Drake's Fortune, no. Brutal. Devil May Cry 2, Batman Arkham Asylum. You need to finish that. That's a good one. A generation's 10-20 years. My husband is 30 years my senior, but I was almost 30 when we got together. Wow. Husband is 30 years my senior, so yeah, I'm just doing some maths in my head here. Okay. Still your husband. Yes, my husband. Okay. Someone's a great name, unless you live in Gotham. Yeah. I feel like once people reach a certain age, the gap doesn't feel as weird, though, or people just don't care as much. Like, I've known couples where the guy's 45 and the woman's 28, and it's normal. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it gets to a certain point. It's when you in the late 20s, onwards. It doesn't. Yeah, it's just when you put it in perspective from the low end, with kids and teenagers and stuff, it does feel a bit weird. Yeah, but then at that point, it's not so bad. It just, yeah. I mean, I'm not the older one in my wife and I's relationship. I would say plus 10 is kind of normal, 22 is a lot, and they don't need to talk really. I mean, talking's good, that's how you carry on for a long time. It's mainly troubling if you think of it in the sense of when she was 5, he was 27. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. When you think of it like that, it's a bit weird, but when you think of it between 30, 40, 50, 60 onwards, it's not so bad, is it? There's 2 months between us. That's nothing. That's quite rare, isn't it? Ghost Runner, on we go. Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. A lot of people did that back in. It was free, wasn't it, on Plus? A lot of people did it then. I Am Bread and Surgeon Simulator. Good luck trying to finish those two. Devil May Cry, also good luck trying to finish that. Lego Ninjago Movie. Hitman 2, you need to do that. Hitman 2 is great. Predator Hunting Grounds, 150 hours. My God. That's all the talking in the bedroom. Okay. DMC Devil May Cry, DC Supervillains is more Lego. Lots of Lego just starting here, not really finishing it off. Yeah, a bit of a, I guess you kind of tired yourself out here in August and just tried a load of stuff through September, November, December, Ghost of Tsushima, Spyro, Mortal Kombat, into the new year, UFC 4. Unless you were just getting back into things, or you were playing something in particular for a very long time, which I doubt. Oh no, Dark Souls was up there. Because you were doing games very quickly. Yeah, not me and you, Ben. Me and the missus. Yeah, I know that. I know you're considerably younger than me. Yes, I know that. That's what I'm saying. Between you and your missus, having a couple of months is probably the rarer of the two. Having a big few year gap, or just a couple of months, is probably the rarer. Is mature and the guy is young at heart. It could work just fine. Yes. Who thought locking a trophy for a fighting game behind a dancing rhythm game needs the head looking at? What's that for? I'm just reading the ones below there. Untitled Goose Game, which is excellent, as is Elden Ring. When's the deal? This is why I can't concentrate on anything on Star Wars, on Resident Evil 4. It's because I want Elden Ring DLC to come out. That's what I want. Even if it doesn't have trophies, I'm going to be just doing a guide for it. Yeah. I just want to play that again. That is really high though, isn't it? 41%. I like that. Dark Souls Remastered. 7 months later. So I guess this is what you kind of stopped on for a while. Ark Survival Evolved. Asymmetrical seems to be quite popular here on this list. Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, I'm guessing. Alien Destroyer, Tokyo Run, Funny Truck, some easier ones. Getting back into it again. Funny Truck, Spectre Woods, Space Intervention, Chickens on the Road. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles. That was terrible. Something like that. That took you 4 months as well. I guess you were just doing that in the background as well. Did you watch the new gameplay trailer for Armored Core 6, Ben? Yes, I did. I don't know why I said my own name. I did. And it looks like something I would never usually play if it wasn't a From Software game. I wouldn't go running out to buy that. But will I get it as it comes out? Yeah. Will I expect it to be like a Souls game? Absolutely not. Do I want it to be? No. But I trust them as a company to deliver a very good game. So I will be getting it. And it looks crazy and very anime-ish. No, that's going to annoy people, me saying that. No, it's just fast-paced action, crazy explosions, things. Yeah, I'll go for that. I'd like to add that children considerably complicate that equation. Do you think it's immoral for a gentleman aged like 70 plus to have children? I don't think it's immoral. I just don't think it's... I wouldn't say immoral as a word, but I just don't think it's fair. Imagine getting to... it's not fair. It's honestly, if he was working all his life, or something didn't happen, or he just accidentally managed to have it, he thought he couldn't have children, and then, or he was with a woman who couldn't have children, whatever the situation is, and then he gets to 70 and he's actually able to have a child for whatever reason, or she, or whatever, then I think that's it's fine, isn't it? But it's just not fair also at the same time, is it? Because the child will lose a parent very early, if they're lucky, when they get into the late teens, 20s, if not lucky, very, very early on. It's not immoral, because there could be many things that go towards it, but it's not nice. It's not, Yakuza 0, guess I'm going to quit on it for a while. Oh dear. Another one for why. Who's playing Jedi Survivor? I am, kind of. Yes, but haven't done so much. That's coming up soon as well, isn't it? 2 weeks you've got left for a why. So I can't remember the exact date. I should look that up. But I'll let you know on next week's. Mainly play online games and just can't keep playing one game for too long. I get that, absolutely. Mecha is a genre of anime, Ben, so it's not an unfair statement to make. Yeah, that I know. But I know there's people here who wouldn't like that. Should get you hosting points of view on Radio 2, Ben. Better than that tit. Fine. Yeah, why not? I'll say some things. Why not? I didn't know he did that. I thought it was Vanessa. What's her name who did that? But then again, I haven't listened or heard to whatever for a very long time. I'm attracted to a girl who is 23, but I wouldn't ask her out or something because it feels strange. Although I am young looking and young at heart. I thought you were married. I thought you were married. I guess not. I thought you were. I thought you had kids and stuff. Maybe you do, but you separated. Why? Just 23? Yeah, why not? It's, yeah. Could be the love of your life. You never know. Right. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is... If it's not a problem for her, it's not a problem for you, then well, who the hell cares? Anyway, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Monopoly Plus, excellent. Tokyo Ghoul Recall to exist. I don't know what that is. Have I seen that before? I feel like somebody's just mentioned it as anime. I haven't been on the market for nearing half a decade now, but hypothetically, I wouldn't go more than 3 either way. Really now? Maybe that will change as you get older. Weird way to word it. Word what? I can't remember what it was. I do that if that's you referring to me. May 23rd, 2022 was the start, so that will May 22nd, 2023 will be the end. There you go. What was that a general anecdote, Sam, or a personal one? I don't know. Yeah. The online modes for PS3 era Armored Core games were very competitive. That doesn't sound very good for me, because it looks like the sort of game I won't be very good at as well. Armored Core. I don't know. It just feels like it wouldn't be. Sam is married. He's just looking for a bit of side. You can't really fight against natural attraction. Well, yeah, that's really is another topic, isn't it? Yeah, no, that's like no, we're not going into that. And it's not. I'm not saying anything about gay or lesbian. It's not what I'm talking about. It's yeah. Sam is like, hi girl, want to see my Super Meat Boy. Separated on good terms. We drifted apart a while. All good now. Okay. Well, yeah. Then absolutely. If you're saying that there is a girl who's 23 who works in a coffee shop, and then you go in and you and you say to her, what you say, the lottery ticket, and if I win, no, I couldn't leave you a tip, but I've got this lottery ticket. And if I win, you can have half of it because I can't leave you a tip. And then you win the lottery and you come back and you give her half. Then, yeah, that might be the love of your life. If anybody knows what film that is, then well done. Tell that to the police. Who's that? Sam's potentially in Doghouse tonight, spare room. I know, right? I welcome you all into my realm of mecha simulators with the new AC. Yes. Right. Nier Automata is a mech type thing as well in parts. I did like that bit. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel is a card game I have never played. I didn't know it was on PS5 actually. Demon Slayer, that name again that I'm not going to try and pronounce. Watch Dogs Legion, Human Fall Flat. Tell the police you can't fight natural attraction, Ben. Well, this is what tell the police. Exactly. But there is that aspect to it as well. Yeah, it was a Nicolas Cage movie. Drawing a blank on the name at the moment. Yes, it was. Oh crap, I've forgotten the name myself. Oh my god. Lucky something. It might happen. It could happen to you. It could happen to you. That's it, right? You were not married to Rosie Perez. See, Sam knows it. No, it's not Rosie Perez. No. I need to know who it was now. Was it? Was it her? This is such a random part to join in and out of context. Hello, high kick. Yeah, that's the best part, isn't it? I still get confused when people say coffee shop in a place like Starbucks. As in a place like Starbucks. Here it's a place to get pot and stuff. Oh, are you over in... are you in Amsterdam? That sort of coffee shop. Could happen to you. Yeah, it's Bridget Fonda. Who has been in the... Yeah, no, Rosie Perez is in it. Oh, she's the... Oh, yeah, no, she's the wife. Yeah, of course. Completely forgot about that. Of course, I didn't mean anything legal. You can't be that weak person. Very close, yeah. No, nothing illegal, no. But then, this is the thing. I'd have to go into the background of what my wife does and things like that, so I'm not going to go into that. But there's a lot more to it than you may seem on the surface with a lot of people. Anyway, his wife is Rosie Perez, and the girl who gets to get Bridget Fonda. Yes. Love Lime. Ben's love tips. Yeah. With 30 minutes from Amsterdam. See? Yeah, okay. I know things. If somebody spells it out for me. Right. Human Fall Flat. Had you done that already? No, that was a previous list, wasn't it? Uno. Thankfully not the PS3 version. That's terrible. Next up, Platinum Chasers After Dark. Yeah, I feel like we do need that in some respects sometimes. Watch Dogs 2 has that. Yeah, has that. I'm guessing. I know which DLC you've not done there. The competitive one. Roller Champions, Alien Isolation, My Hero 1's Justice 2, Minecraft Set 2, Fortnite, good luck with that, although you are quite far into it. Watch Dogs 1%. Yeah, Watch Dogs, I don't think I'll do that either. Yeah, Ben's. That's why I have to put the S on the end of tips. Otherwise, yeah. I don't have to quit Yakuza Zero. Just beat it out. Nice. That's literally taken all day. That was your Sunday. A Sunday well spent. And now moving on. Hollow Knight, which we are getting another one of those. See, yes, I completely forget about that as well. God, there is some good stuff coming out. After Hours bedroom tips and movie reviews. I could give you some movie reviews at least. Dating tip 101. Never tell a girl on holiday you're from Stockport. Yeah, that as well. Don't do that. That doesn't... Even if you are from there. Don't know why you would if you weren't, but yeah. Do not do that. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Human Fall Flat. One Punch Man. A Hero. Nobody Knows. That is an anime as well, isn't it? I've not seen that before, have I? I don't think we've seen that before. One Punch Man, Hero, something. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. Stray, didn't like that either. A knockout again. Oh dear. Seven Deadly Sins. Knights of Britannia. Arkham Knight. We're not even halfway up. We're in August 2022 already. I've said it before, all I ever got in response to being from Stockport is that the train from London to Manchester stopped there. It does stop there, doesn't it? London to Manchester, it stops at Stockport. And that's one of like 7 stops that Virgin train makes. And weirdly, Stockport, which is like 5 miles from Manchester. Have a go, Gipoli. Have a good night. I will see you soon. The new Hollow Knight is Silk Song. Yeah, it was supposed to be an add-on, DLC, expansion, whatever you want to call it. But then they've fleshed it out into a sequel. So that's why it's been so many years at this point. I remember years ago my mate got caught out. A girl he met told him she was 21, and when he introduced me to her, I would guess she was was early 20s. Turned out she was 17. I mean, that could have been a lot worse. But yeah, I mean, they haven't changed the legal age, right? But yeah, that's on the girl at that point, isn't it? And it's quite nasty to have done that. I mean, where do you go from there? So you meet a guy and you say you're 21, I mean, I'm not speaking from personal experience. That sounded a bit weird, didn't it? At some point, you have to admit that you're actually 4 years younger than that when he realises you're still going to college or school or whatever. Anyway, when I worked at Butlins, I knew a fellow member of waiting staff met a girl. She said she was 19 and looked it. Her family even agreed with her. Her family were in on it. Jesus Christ. That's messed up. That sounds like a setup. Could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. Could have been legally a lot worse, is what I meant. Other than this, Yakuza, that is. Just Essex girl, wow. Can't really say anything about that because I don't know any girls from Essex. Or I don't think I've met anybody from Essex, ever. No, I haven't. In the US, it would still be on the guy. So what you got to do, you got to walk around with ID. I don't understand that. That's like entrapment, isn't it? The police aren't allowed to do that. They're actually allowed to do it over here. But in America, the police aren't allowed to do entrapment, are they? Yeah, that's essentially what a girl does there, isn't it? Especially if the one that sets the guy up. Anyway, let's not get into all that. Waifu impact is okay. I thought we were getting out of that, but we're not. Payday 2 Crime Wave edition. Nice. You actually got the plat for that. 40%. There's that much DLC on that. That's impressive. Payday 2 is quite a long one, isn't it? Rachel Riley's from Essex, so Richard Osman, he's from Billericay. I always thought that was a Welsh place, but no, it's because it sounds like it should be. No, I mean, personally, I haven't met anyone from Essex. I just wanted to say hi, and you're helping me a lot with RDR2, about to start Chapter 6. Hello, Andy. Good to see you. My wife is 7 years younger. She was in 6th grade when I graduated high school. Hopefully not when you got together. Isn't there a scene in Trainspotting where he hooks up with a very young girl? He is, and there's some poop involved. Anyway, I actually got Trainspotting the other day because I realised I don't have it. I think my mate still felt weird about it though, and I regretted it even though he didn't know and trusted her. Yeah, this is the thing, it's trust, isn't it? She was 22. I'm glad you added that. She was 22 when we met. I like that. Okay. The definition of entrapment is flexible. Police here are allowed to lie to you. They're allowed to lie to you, but entrapment is when they make you commit a crime, isn't it? That's the idea. They're not allowed to make you commit a crime, right? But it's weird. It is a weird one. RE2 was a wonderful remake. It was. The worst toilet in Glasgow. That scene is terrible. It is. No, I didn't mean that. I meant with the girl in the morning and the bed sheets. Never mind. Good God, this chat has spiraled from a mention about the age difference of some lad from high school. You did, yeah. It went. Young girls in Essex pushing baby prams when I lived there in the 90s. Yeah, I've never. No, I have been there. I did a job on a bridge there once, and people kept crossing it while we were trying to fix it. Yeah, they force or trick you into committing a crime, but they can lie to you. That obviously that would be part of them. That's undercover work, isn't it? And yeah, they have to lie to do that, but they can't make you commit a crime. That's entrapment, which I think they can make you do here. I think it's not a thing here. Mortal Shell, on we go. Try and get things back to normal. Atari Flashback. We might talk about games at some point. Flashback Classics Volume 1. They're ridiculously difficult. 8 out of 10. Ape Escape. Nice. Gravity Rush 2. Jack 3. Around 33% on that one. Naruto Shippuden Ultra Ninja Storm 4. FIFA 22. Bayonetta. Nice. Wait, what? Yeah, no, we're not getting a remake of that. That's done, isn't it? I did a job on a bridge once. I did. It was in my. It wasn't the building. It was. Well, I don't. we worked with epoxy resin. We did a lot of flooring and stuff in factories, and we were doing anti-slip stuff on a bridge in Essex. That's what it was. Didn't Jerry Lewis marry his 12-year-old cousin when he was like 25? I don't know. If you are Catherine Zeta-Jones, you can entrap anyone. Film references again. I'm pushing for a double list this year because I will have to drop off a little next year as I work on getting my book out, which you've got to do. I just want to remind you of the terrible impression you've done in DS3 Arch Dragon Peak video. I don't know. I've done a few of them, so you'll have to remind me. I don't mind you reminding me. Is it an Arnold one? It usually is. Yeah, which one is that one? I don't remember that one. Elvis and Priscilla. It's a lot. It used to happen a lot back then, didn't it? Anyway. On we go. Jack 2, not just any way to underage marriage and stuff, but we need to move on. Jack 2 in 3 days, so you might have done that legit. Assassin's Creed Rogue, Sekiro, nice. I will be starting that again, or trying it again. See how that goes. Plague Tale Innocence, Need for Speed Heat is a Need for Speed game, or Sword Art Online. Fatal Bullet, excuse me. FIFA 22, My Hero 1's Justice. Bloodborne, nice, 100% as well. I like to see that. Maquette, was that PS Plus one, which is actually quite good. I did actually quite like Maquette with the size changing stuff and that. It was good. Among Us, Assassin's Creed 2, Code Vein. Yeah, it seems to go through little phases of getting platinums, and then I guess here you're just kind of looking for the next one, and then when one gets you, that's when you do it, which is a good way of doing it. Lawmakers here arguing a few weeks ago about the benefits of 12-year-olds marrying adults. People who make laws in America are arguing about the benefits of 12-year-olds marrying adults. I don't know what to say about that, really. What the hell happened to America, is what I could say. Really, what is going on over there? In the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, you know, America was coming up, 70s, and then I have no idea what you're doing over there now. AC2 not finished. I'm disappointed. Yeah, AC2. I guess it just... The controls at this time. What other channel can a PSN trophy list review turn to discussion about intergenerational relationships? No other. That's what. No other channel can do that. No other channel would dare do that. Because why would you? It's completely crazy. Now and again, I'll kickstart something on here. Funniest was the Jeremy Kyle clip of someone accusing his wife of cheating on him with a toffee crisp wrapper as a Johnny. What? Why? Oh, we're not going into that again. I believe it was in Alabama. Stand by, I'll find the answer. I had the entirety of non-Kai viewers desperately asking me what a Johnny was. And I feel like that's going to happen again. Dishonored, Dark Souls 2. Yes. Dishonored, Dark Souls 2. Yes, you do need to do Dark Souls 2. Let's just say it. Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, Batman, Enemy Within. We haven't seen we didn't see the first Batman. That's the sequel. Does it? Is it a direct sequel, or is it just a different Batman story? Scarlet Nexus, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, Devil May Cry 5, Overwatch. You got a lot on here. If you ever try and finish this list, cleaning it up. God of War only 8%. You were making way for the new one at that point, which you haven't done either. I guess it's just cleaning up on this one. apples, hilts, Idrisil, amulets, crater hunts. I mean, you've done all the difficult stuff. You've fought Nar and Rolf, or whatever they were called. Nar, something like that. Yeah, I guess it's just, that's not too bad. You can finish that one quite easily. Cyberpunk 2077, don't blame me for not finishing that. The impression was an Arnold at the beginning of True Lies and the Two Dogs. Oh, stay. Oh, God. I don't remember saying that. I really should script my video, shouldn't I? No, because then you wouldn't get random Arnold impressions. There's a crash on the M67 now, just in case. I don't know why my computer's telling me this, in case you wanted to know. Oh, no, sorry, it's construction on the M67. That's why Ben gets my money. Oh, for the the random nonsense. And I appreciate that, Gordo. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, you've got to be different in some way, and just being completely different in all ways is a good way to do it, I suppose. We had a guy here that wanted to start a political party to legalise pedo stuff. Wow. I'm guessing he didn't get very far, or I'm hoping he didn't get very far. It's just one guy. The way you put that, it makes it sound like it was just one guy petitioning for that. My mate has started cleaning up his trophy list over the last year or so. He recently played Metro 2033 in 8 years, 7 months. That's a hell of a clean up. The Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. That's a lot of work left there. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 Cuphead. Oh, I need to finish that as well. Outlast 2 1% for the second time today. Destroy All Humans Clone Carnage. I thought we'd seen that. Was that on the previous list as well? It seems to have gone really quick today. Only half an hour left. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Nice, I like that. Doom Neo 2. Resident Evil Village. I don't think I'm going to get to that DLC anytime soon. Age of consent in Nigeria is 11. Okay. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Hello team, hello Ben, hello Mikhail, how we doing? Good to see you back once again. Would you like to run an idle cafe 2? I don't know what that is. Is it a graphic novel or something? I'm guessing. Resident Evil 6 1%. Sorry for letting us. I had phone calls. No problem. Still here. And then, of course, you can watch it later as well. Although, it's really quite random this time. Topic goes way off for a minute. Actually, quite a few minutes. Right. Toem is actually really good. I really did like Toem. Pretty Girls Klondike Solitaire. Okay. Knights of Azure. Persona 3 Dancing in the Moonlight. Who's been doing that? Thingy's been doing that. Trophy Fanatic's been doing that. Outlast Sifu, which I've still not carried on with. I will do. It had a following, not that much. Called it freedom of speech. That's not quite what that is. One of his arguments was that, well, if a child is old enough to say they want ice cream, he fled to Mexico. Okay. He fled. The fact that he had to flee says it all, really, doesn't it? But if a child is old enough to say they want ice cream, so why not? Wow, that's a brave political statement. How do you put that on a flag? No, I don't want to know, actually. That's why I brought up Nigeria for multiple reasons, including that their population is absolutely ballooned and they've got massive overcrowding. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let's not go into that. I can't talk about. That's not even touching on morals. Yeah. Where do you start? Well, I guess you don't, and we move on. Fallen Order. No Zepho Club here. Among Us, Dying Light 2, Stay Human, nice. No, not done. Hades, that is doing. I need to do that again as well. Just Cause 4, Tales of Arise, Assassin's Creed Unity. did a lot more than I managed to get through. The Walking Dead, the whole one. I think that's just going to be the first episode then, isn't it? There are some things that are just wrong, and messing with kids is one of them. Yes. He was arrested, absolutely. He was arrested in Mexico, though, for possession of 60 gig of... How did that even get... Yeah. Glad I joined the lighthearted stream. I know, right? Yeah, this went a bit... Yeah. I mean, we tackle serious subjects here and try and laugh it off, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, how does anybody even get into the situation where they're running for office with things like... I don't know. Yeah, lighthearted streams are boring. Nothing happens on those. Little Nightmares 2, again, yes, you've done it already. Rocket League as well there. Hitman 3, that needs to be done, that's great. Dying Lights, Chess Ultra, 6 days, nearly a week. Seems quite long for a chess game. Dark Souls 3 you've done. I do like that. I really enjoyed Hades, great game. It really is. Spartan Pederasty is a very troubling... I don't know what that word is. I'm guessing something to do with not good stuff. Such a funny contrast. What the... You recommend Hades then? I do recommend Hades quite a lot. It's not a short thing. It's something you're really going to have to get into. It's one of those games, if you actually use the inbuilt cheat, it gets easier as you die more. It's a roguelite. But the characters in it are really good. It really keeps you going and wanting to replay through it all those many times, which you will have to do. But it's excellent. And there is a second one coming. Name of the dude is Nelson M. What? Okay. Light heart and not naughty jokes equals boring. Yeah, that's kind of why comedy is not like it used to be, isn't it? Only the really funny people who are still going are the ones who really dare tell jokes still. I rate we discuss the death penalty and the ethics of euthanasia next week as this week. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's a bit more light-hearted, isn't it? The ethics of euthanasia. Why not? It's a great one. Lovely chat. It's good, is it? Speaking of, they're doing high-quality statues of all the monster things from Little Nightmares. Are they? I would never spend money on one of those high-quality statues because I just can't justify it. I know I buy Lego sets, but I don't know. Yeah, when they're running into the hundreds of pounds, I'm guessing. But they are really cool to look at. It's the intimacy between Spartan men and young boys, if you catch my drift. Of their society. I didn't know that. I guess it kind of makes... No, it doesn't make sense. Saying it like that is weird. In the kind of... The society with the young men and the way they were as a society, it kind of makes sense. But not, if you know what I mean. Which hopefully you do. Ben, you've seen the Zelda trailers. I haven't. The depth of the mechanics and physics engine is mental considering the hardware it's running on. AAA games and PS5, which are achieving less. Yes. I haven't watched them because I have no intention of getting Zelda, so... But I will. But I'm guessing they're going to do well. They have to. I think I will watch it. I'll watch it to see how it does stack up versus something that's... Yeah. How old is the Switch now? When did the Switch come out? I want to say 15, 16? When is it? I genuinely can't remember. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, if I remember correctly. That is true, isn't it? Right. I'm not sure. I know what you're referencing there. April 2017. Wow, so it's later than I thought. Yeah, 2015 to 2016. That was way too early, wasn't it? Yeah. 6 years old already. Yeah, on we go. Hogwarts Legacy, which is... Did you ever finish that, Will? I'm guessing you must have done by now. Multiverse Demon's Souls, which is honestly quite a horrible title to say all the time. Yeah, it's amazing. It's still the best looking and sounding game on the PS5, which is quite sad, really. I think it is. I'm sure people will say other ones. Will didn't look it up. Probably he just knows. All work and no play makes. Oh, he didn't look up April 26th. Yeah, he just knows. He just. Yeah. Oh, he did get it. Okay, good. Okay. Newtonian inversion is your. It's an easy one, but we haven't really seen any, have we, of those sorts? I literally sent that a second after he asked. So you did know. How do you... like either year, knowing the year is, that's normal. But how do you remember that it was April 2017? I don't know. Right, Marvel Spider-Man, Miles Morales twice. I am quite looking forward to the Spider-Man games. I've got to say, yeah, if anything's going to look better than Demon's Souls, I think it's going to be the new Spider-Man's. Spider-Man 2, whatever you want to call it. I just hope that something does, because it should. It's nearly 3 years at that point. It's got to. Middle-earth Shadow of War, Terraria. Nice. Now that is a rare one to see. Wow. 9 months, 3 days. It says 200 hours here. How long did that take you? I did just know that through. Yeah, I got it through release. You got it. Oh, if you got it on release, then I guess that's. When did the PS5 come out? 2020, November 2020, right? I know lots of dates. Well, dates are kind of your things, aren't they? Random question, what's your favourite Souls game? Bloodborne. It's not a random question at all. Jedi Survivor, please. Yes, it is. I am doing it, but not in the long form guide type, because it doesn't need one. It's going to be a different type of video. One that I used to do a few years back. A couple of years back I did a few of them. I'm going to try doing them again. I'll do one for Jedi Survivor. So it will be a full guide, but not a full long form thing. But it will be every single trophy covered in one video. Properly. It's going to be a long, hour probably. And you can just jump around and find what you need. I'm still mad they changed Peter Parker's face. I honestly can't remember what the old one looked like. I don't really... Of the two, Miles Morales and Spider-Man, Peter Parker, I'd rather follow Miles Morales. I think he's more interesting of the two. Is it because he changed his face and his voice? I don't know. I honestly can't remember what the old one looked like now. I should probably look that up. I can't say it annoyed me. I just thought it was a bit of a weird change. Just enjoy. You didn't even play it for the plat, so I have 400 hours. Oh, wow. So you weren't even going for that. That's even more impressive. So it just happened eventually, or did you? You must have to work towards the last few, surely. Over 1,000 on PC. You must really. Wow, you really. Excuse me. You really like that game. Knew all the dates, but could never get the dates. Knew all the dates, but could never get the days. Is that a history joke? That feels like something a lot of history people would say. The old one sort of looked like Andrew Garfield. I thought the new one looked like Andrew Garfield. I'm going to look it up again after, because I genuinely can't remember what it looked like. It's like when somebody gets a haircut, like a really drastic haircut. It looks really like you can't figure it out when you. I don't know. My wife cut all her hair off once, and you're like, "Whoa, Jesus Christ!" And then, a day too late, you can't even remember what the older hair looked like. That's what it is. I can't remember what it looked like. The first was older, made more sense since he was in college. New face, looks like he was starting high school. I thought the new one was the older looking. All right, hang on. We either intermingle or never mingle at all. Change. See if it just comes up. Side by side picture. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. That's not a very good comparison image. They don't look the same next to each other. Oh, yeah, the old one was definitely better, wasn't it? Anyway. Worst things have happened at sea. I know you're not into Zelda, but I'm just saying, if you forget graphics and frame rate, it's crazy how they're pushing gameplay and achieving stuff we should be seeing on PS5 but aren't, and it feels stale. I know. Yeah, I will look at the trailer. I'll have a look at that after. Kind of jealous if it's going to be amazing, to be honest. I just realised that kind of sounds a bit like Sweet Home Alabama-ish. What does? The Jack and Dull is Jack Dullboy saying, I know because of The Shining it appears on typewriter. It does. I know that. I knew that's what you were referencing. I just didn't know in what context. The girl in Born Identity film is like that by the end of the film. You struggle to remember how she looked in the beginning. That's true. Is it Franca Patante? That's her name, isn't it? Yes? I think so. Right. Tom Clancy Rainbow Six Extraction. Witcher Wild Hunt is not getting any love today, is it? Resident Evil 3, Naruto to Boruto, Shinobi Striker, Shadow of Mordor. Nice, you've done that one. Resident Evil 7, done a bit of that. Dark Souls on the PS3. Where did you find that? We haven't seen any PS3 stuff up until this point. Where did that come from? What sort of tomboy? Hold up. What are we talking about? I do love the argument that some people make. If you put aside graphics, frame rate, gameplay, story, it's a really great game. But I get what Swift is going for. Yeah, if you put aside everything that you want, yeah, I get it. In fact, you know that name is mental. I didn't know that. Franca Patante, she's German. I think she's in Run Lola Run. Is she not? If you've not seen Run Lola Run, you really should watch it. It's good. Is the Alan Wake remastered worth playing? Yes, it is. It's good. Yeah, there's not many games that are not worth playing. Everything's worth a go at least. Famke Janssen. Yeah, they do look. They're kind of similar. They have red hair-ish. Well, she has red hair and thingy. Yes, similar. I don't know. Undertale has terrible graphics and the game is meh, but the gameplay is meh, but the game as a whole is great. That I suppose that would be a good exception to that, wouldn't it? Right, and we go Minecraft Story Mode without the DLC. Batman Arkham Origins, that's on Plus, isn't it? Resident Evil 4, My Name is Mayo 2, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, GTA 5, Dishonored 2, nice. Silent Hill 2, HD version. PS3, we don't see that very often either. Ghostwire Tokyo, you can pet all the dogs, 10 out of 10. Franca has a square-shaped face. She does, yeah. There is quite a difference to them. It's just, I guess it's the name. I don't know why they're similar, really. I guess it's really just the name, isn't it? Even though that's quite different. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Don't see that very often. I know you've not done it, but we don't even see it that often, which is quite surprising. Tom Clancy Rainbow Six Siege, Tekken 7, Elden Ring at 0, Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon, Binding of Isaac, great game, ridiculously difficult though. Bastion, I've done that, nice. 7 out of 10, is it really a 7 out of 10? A year and 3 months, a year and 2 months for Sword Art Online. Downwell, 54, wait a minute. How have you done Downwell in an hour? Can it be done in an hour? What am I missing here? Original version of Silent Hill 2 with all the endings. Getting the UFO ending was pretty tough. You said about films that people would have expected that I would have seen. Silent Hill 2 is a game I've not played, so I have no idea about the UFO. Super Meat Boy is done in 3 months, 5 days as well. But yeah, this Downwell, I need this explaining. How have you done that? What happened there? And Super Meat Boy is done. Yeah, so pretty tough ones back to back there. To back. I know. Out of nowhere. Yeah, Silent Hill 2. Isn't that this year as well? The remake. You call cheats. There must be something. Let's have a look here. So we've got that and that could probably happen at the same time. The dates, the times all seem... They're all different. This, yeah. I just don't understand how you've done it in an hour when it says 30 on the guide. You played it a lot on another account. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess it's experience. I don't know. I'd rather play Fall Guys than Super Meat Boy. Don't say that to me. No, I'd rather go for Super Meat Boy than Fall Guys. I really would. I really detest that game. Switch is massively underpowered with Anuma and his team getting more out of it than Guerrilla can with Horizon on PS5. If you can have both, great, but if not, I'll take gameplay over graphics and frame rate. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, definitely. Guerrilla with Horizon. Little dig there, I like that. Super Meat Boy, I know, right? I don't mean in regards to which one's more prestigious. I mean which one I'd rather force myself through. Yeah, I know, but I'd rather force myself through Super Meat Boy than Fall Guys, definitely. I've done Fall Guys on Xbox, then trophies glitched. Okay, so you have to do it again. I do Super Meat Boy, but it's a platformer. At least it's a 2D one. That means that I could do that. 3D? No. How do you get your trophy list looked at? Is it a subscriber thing? No, it's not. It just needs to be here at the beginning of the streams, and I collect names, and then I spin a wheel, whichever one comes up. That's how we do it. Emmanuel Ferreria. Sorry. Hello. How we doing? Bit suspicious. 3 months is quick for newcomers. He did say he's done it on Xbox, so yeah. 3 months is quick. I loved Fall Guys for like a month when we were all in lockdown. As soon as it started trying to go for trophies, I bloody hated it. I liked it for maybe 2 hours on the stream or whatever I did. And then, yeah, after that, I think I deleted it on stream at one point as well. It can be done. I've got to go. Good night. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be going short. Oh, it's 7 minutes. Yeah, I'll be going shortly anyway. So have a good one, Abigail. Spyro. Deadbolt, yeah, some more chests there as well. Deadbolt, Aqua Kitty Milk Mine Defender DX. Okie doke. Lego Batman 3 Beyond. Oh, that's the Vita one, that's good. I said Horizon Men because you can see how it's influenced by Zelda, but nowhere near as good in my opinion, despite better graphics, fidelity, and higher frame rate. Yeah, I mean, it's very forgettable, I must admit. I don't remember much of it at all. And I only did it, I don't know, a month ago, if that. I collect names is the 80s movie thing I've heard you say. What? I collect names is the 80s movie thing I've heard you say. What does that mean? You did delete it. It was on the stream. Yeah, I did. Yeah, just turn it off and delete it. Right, we're done there. Yeah. Yeah, don't no spell it. No, no with the donate. No, he is joking. Don't do that. Berserk and the Band of the Hawk. It is to do. I didn't realize there was a game about it. Is it any good? It looks quite difficult. Is the most 80s movie thing I've ever heard. I collect names. I'm not getting that. What am I missing here? Sorry, typing is hard when on the phone and half asleep. Yeah, I'm missing. I'm sorry, it's going on my head completely. That. Anyway, Shovel Knight, Treasure Trove, A Winter's Dream, Daydream. Sorry, 3 times on the Vita. That's a weird stack. EU, Asian, and North American. Yet you haven't done any other stacks. Ben 10 Power Trip. My Name is Mayo, the single, the first, should I say, Wolfenstein: The New Order, Blind Men, and Attack on Titan 2, which you're doing at the moment, and it's quite a pricey game now, isn't it, physically? Okay. Platinum. I can't say what. I should be able to say that word. 1993 was the hardest thing I've ever done. It's not simple, is it? No. Yeah, it's not an easy one. I can't say I've not done the plat, but yeah, I do remember playing just the 100% version on the PS3, and that was enough. As it was Wolfenstein. I guess it just kind of Wolfenstein, especially the original, is just kind of dull at this point, and it's horrible to play. At the time, yes, it was massively influenced and everything, but no, it's just not good now. Super Meat Boy, all of your rarest, no surprise, and then you got the top 3 there. Nice. That was out of nowhere. Oh, right. You said I collect names and spin a wheel. Sounds like a cheesy line. Oh, fine. Chew gum and kick ass, and I'm out of gum. Yes. I get it now. I get it right. Okay. I collect names and spin a wheel. Yes. 80s line. Hardest thing I've ever done was getting through the moody cow receptionist at South Reddish Clinic. Oh, I just read that out loud. Obviously, she doesn't watch this, but it'd be funny. No, it wouldn't. Nicely, Super Meat Boy, down well are major highlights and deserve respect. Yes, they do. Nicely done. Proper jealous of Super Meat Boy will never be able to stomach it, though. I would not. Funny you say that. A Platinum Wolfenstein and New Order like an hour ago. Yeah, I meant... Oh, yeah, New Order's... it's good, as is the other one. Wolfenstein 2, didn't really care for it. Not even because it's difficult, but just couldn't even get through it. But no, the original Wolfenstein, the very, very first one. I'm almost done with the RE7 plat. Your walkthrough has been amazing. Well, thank you, Trixie. That's how I'm going to say that. Good to see you. Super Meat Boy in 6 days. One trophy was from January this year. Oh, we did it in 6 days. Wow, so that's why it was spread out, because he hadn't really started it. Any films tonight? Benton. Paris, Texas, which... there. That's a film I've never seen, which I guess if you're into films, you'd have expected me to have seen, which I have not. So I'm going to remedy that. Actually, it's quite long, so I probably won't get through all of it, but yes, that. Next time Ben goes to the clinic, she says, I saw you, what you will said about me on the stream. Can you imagine? Yeah, the one time I go to a clinic in Reddish. Jesus Christ. You're right, calm down. It's not an earthquake. Right, that's another one of these done, and my God, did we go off on some tangents this time. That was all over the place, wasn't it? She can do one, she's proper RC, and anyone who rings up as if they're feigning it. With anyone who rings up as if they're... Okay, so she just kind of passes everybody off as... Okay. RE8 is one I'll never get. I simply hate Mercenaries and refuse to play it, but RE7 is my favourite game of all time. Like I've said many times, Mercenaries, I absolutely hated it. When I first started, I really didn't like it. I was dreading it because I was doing the guide, obviously. Kind of loved it in the end. When I got into the flow of it, which was really weird. I was not expecting it at all. But there you go. Yeah, Paris, Texas is, I've heard, a very good movie from a year I know. I just haven't watched it, which is going to fix later on. Mercenaries a lot easier now with the other characters, Chris and Lady D. Ah, there you go. That might remedy it. You'd have to buy the DLC though, of course. Right, thank you everyone. Swift Paris, Texas, Criterious Region 1 night. No, not. It's, I don't know what label it's on, but no, I don't have that. I don't have a Region 1 player. I have to, if I do get a Region 1, I have to watch it on PC, yeah. Watching The Sting, now that is a classic. That is a classic. Right, so Will, Swift, Zinky, MZ. Why not? Sam, Trixie, if you're still here, Spellin' Boy, Adam Freeman, Eric. I can't see anybody else. Abigail's already gone. Rachnid, good rest of the bank holiday. Of course, it's bank holiday tomorrow. That's right. I have a son I need to look after tomorrow. Lord Mattox Musings, have a good night. Yes, have a good week, everybody. I'm out of here and I really need a drink. Gordo, Tetra, have a good one. Snooker? What? Watching the snooker. Okay. Patmosis, everyone. Lurking in the background there. Have a good week. And I'll see you next week.